Hey guys, sorry I'm running a little late, a lot late, huh? How's everybody doing? I was kind of waiting for Autumn because she'll be here soon, but I was kind of trying to wait because I don't have like a ton planned for today. Who's in chat? How's everybody doing? Hey, C. James, Dominic, Lisa, Juliet, Peyton. How's everybody? Sorry to keep you waiting, guys. Oh, your pizza? I just had pizza yesterday. Yummy. Where'd you get pizza from? Hey, Ashley. Um, let's see. I'm trying to figure out. Oh, hey, Simple Things. Amanda. All right, guys. Okay. Hey, JW. Carol, thank you for joining. Michelle. Does anybody want to come up on panel? Hey, Jennifer. Jenny. Oh, I'm glad you found me. Or, yeah. Hey Emma, Jesse, Lala. Okay. Set the wells. How many of you guys have watched I'm blinking. This sucks. That's why I need somebody up on piano with me because when they come up, it stops my blinking. Like right now, my screen is flashing. For some reason, my camera, I don't know, but when I add people up, it doesn't do it. Or it slows it down. Like right now, it's going so it's really annoying. Okay, so let's watch. How many of you guys watched that Amanda Bearden interview? I know it's not new, but I have actually not watched it yet. Does anybody want to watch that or no? How many of you guys have already watched it? How many want to watch that? Hey Emma. Debbie Collier's death has been ruled. Oh, it has been like officially? Hey Candy Smith, really? Little Bish. You guys want to watch that first? Okay, let's watch that first because I haven't watched it either. Um, hey, I am Mimi. Okay, let's watch that first, and then hopefully, because I am going to do open panel, but I'll wait a little because usually it takes actually a little bit of time anyway for people to like feel comfortable coming up. It seems like because it seems like if I put the thing up, it takes a while. Well, at least it used to. Actually, it's been different lately, so maybe it won't anymore. Oh, cool, Amanda. Well, glad you're here. It's a green screen? No, it should be like colors. What do you guys see in the background? You see a green screen? I mean, it is a green screen, but I mean, you see the color, right? Hi, Gemini. Um, okay, let's watch this first and then I don't know about like if I don't know about the whole suicide thing. I mean, you guys, oops, that's a word you're not supposed to use, I guess, but I just said it on accident. Okay, let's just watch this first. So this is on COTR podcast. Do I have any mods in here? Hey Mark, what's up? Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Because I want hold on, let me put this their link up. COT, or I'm gonna write it down. I'll put it up when it's playing. Um, yeah, let's watch this first. So this is Amanda Bearden. This is Debbie's daughter, Debbie Collier's daughter. So she's the one that she sent the money to that weird amount, like what was it, 12? I forget the weird amount now. It was like $1,200 or something like that, $1,300. Um, and then what else? She had that her boyfriend that supposedly like she beat him up. I don't know. I mean, they had like different charges against each other. So Man. Wait, what do you mean? It's on now, Habersash for reading. What are you talking about? Oh, is it 2,385? Sorry, thanks. I forgot the exact amount. Um, I don't know. I mean, nothing. I did want to go over. That's true. I forgot. I wanted to go over that whole Nick thing that we never talked about with Kylie. I could have added that in this too, because I want to go over I want to do Debbie. I want to do a little bit of uh Richard Allen because his new lawyer was on. Who else? Quentin. I don't know. I think Autumn knows like a little bit of the behind the scenes with Quentin that we might talk about. And then what else? I don't know about the Michael Vaughn. I can't really find anything else going on. Like I think we're just waiting until Tuesday, I think, is when she goes back to court. Okay, so let's just start off watch this interview and then we'll move on. And maybe we'll talk about the Kylie. I haven't got to talk about that Nick interview yet, guys, but maybe we could talk about it on an open panel. All right, hold on. All right, let's do this first, though. So this is COTR podcast is who did this interview. All right, let's watch it.
Everyone, and welcome to a special episode of Crime on the Record. So if you've been following
Crime on the Record, that's what it stands for.
You know the details, but if not, on September 11th, an unimaginable tragedy occurred when the body of Debbie Collier was found in a wooded area just outside of Athens, Georgia. The strange details of the case, which includes a cryptic Venmo message, arguments over some CCTV video, and just a ton of other pieces of evidence, has caused us to gain national attention. Law enforcement hasn't held a press conference in over a month, which has caused speculations, rumors, and accusations to just be thrown out in just about every form you can think of.
Wait, real quick. When people are saying it's on right now, are you talking about Debbie's officially ruled a suicide? Is that what you're saying it's on now? Or what are you guys talking about? It's on right now. Who just said that? Because I want to look it up, but I'm not seeing any updates with the Debbie case. Where is it? Hold on. Who said that? Oh, right. Yeah. Go Hogs. I have it up. What are you saying that just came out? Go Hogs. Can you clarify what you guys are talking about? And we can look at it. Definitely. I'm not sure what, because people are talking about a bunch of different things. So I don't know what you're talking about. I said, please get over it. Get over. I said, please get over it. No, I didn't say, please get over it. You must have misheard me. If you're talking to me, I didn't say that. I said, yeah, maybe we will talk about it. I wish I would have added it to the thumbnail picture, but we could still talk about it because it's like current cases. But I don't know if you're talking about me. That maybe you misunderstood me. I definitely didn't say please that let's get over her case. Maybe I said that I was talking about something else, but yeah, I would no, I'm not. No, that's not what I said. Oh, Zav was telling Zavgirl to go over it, not saying get over it to you. Oh, okay. I saw on Habersham Now. Okay, news article, Habersham Now. Okay, I'm going to play this and I'll try to look for it.
So what do you do if you're in that situation? Do you stay quiet? Do you speak out? You know, in my opinion, and I've said it many times on here, staying silent, that's the right move.
Oh.
Here's a song about a brownie.
Hold on. I'm going to have to download that because, yes, let's go over this first because I want to actually download this video so we don't have commercials. And then while I'm doing that, yeah, let's go over. Thank you. Yeah, I found it for Habersham Now. Thank you. It's weird because when you just Google it, it doesn't come up. All right, give me 1 second, guys, because I want to just start downloading this so we could watch it after. That's crazy. Then I'm curious now what it's going to say. Dude, I mean, I would never have thought that. But then after, you know, we went over some of the stuff with the gas and accelerant and stuff like that. Because I was like, how could she have burnt herself, like her own self? And then we figured out like possible ways where I could possibly believe that it's a possibility. Because at first I was like, no way, there's no way. Like, how would she be able to burn like her stomach? But now, yeah, remember we were going over like, did she inhale the smoke? Wonder if it's gonna say. Hold on one second, guys. Let's see. Wow, it says breaking. All right, hold on. Let me bring it up as soon as I can get these ads gone. I don't want to see these ads. Is it really making me? Okay. It's going to be kind of tricky to read it because of the ads, but it sucks. All right. Let me share this screen. Yeah, we'll watch that interview in a minute, guys. But this is breaking news. It just came out an hour ago, so we gotta, since we're talking about this case. Why didn't it share? Oh, that's why. All right. Okay. So this is now Habersham. So it says State Medical Examiner Office has ruled Debbie Collier's death a suicide. Wow, inhalation of superheated gases. Yes, I could believe it. Remember, we were going over scenarios, and she could have in hydrocodone intoxication. She could have just passed out and fell onto the fire by inhaling it. But they're saying suicide, so they're saying it's a purposeful, like she purposely did it. Wow. Okay. Reveal the Athens woman died from inhalation of superheated gases, thermal injuries, and hydrocodone intoxication, says Habersham County Deputy Coroner Ken Franklin. On September 11th, law enforcement found Collier's partially nude and burned body in the woods near Tallulah Falls in northern Habersham County. Franklin says the autopsy results are consistent with what he saw at the scene. It's pretty evident that she started the fire. From what I saw and what I considered to be the case is that this was a self-inflicted death, but I was relying on the results of the autopsy and the doctor at the lab to make the final call, Franklin says. In a recent appearance on the podcast Crime on the Record, Collier's daughter, Amanda Bearden, indicated she believed her mother killed herself, reflecting on the days leading up to her mother's death. Bearden says her mother had shared with her some key intimate things and was giving away things. Looking back on it, it just almost seemed like she was giving me all of her things, Bearden said. The last time she saw her mother alive, Bearden said Collier had tears in her eyes. I'd never seen her that sad. Amanda Bearden has been under intense scrutiny since the investigation into her mother's death began 68 days ago. Much has been made in the media of her history of substance abuse and volatile relationship with her boyfriend. Adding to that scrutiny was the cryptic message and money Bearden received the day before her mother was found dead. At 3:17 on September 10th, Bearden received $2,385 from her mom. Yeah, whoever was in chat, you had it right. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, so okay, that's fine, T. I got it. I figured it was just a misunderstanding. You're all good. You're all good. Anyway, where are we at? Okay. So her mom through the payment app Venmo. Attached was a cryptic message that read, "They are not going to let me go. Love you. There is a key to the house in the blue flower pot by the door." That message fueled speculation that Collier was murdered within days of finding her body. The Habersham County Sheriff's Office announced it was treating Collier's death as a homicide. During the one press conference the agency held over the course of the investigation, Chief Deputy Murray Kogod cautioned it would take time to solve this crime. While Collier's son, Jeffrey Bearden, has been highly critical of how local investigators and Habersham County Sheriff Joey Terrell have handled this case, his sister praised Habersham County investigators for their efforts. In her podcast interview, Amanda Bearden specifically called out lead investigator George Kaysen for taking her mother's passing seriously. He was fired up. He genuinely acted like this was his mother out there, she said, adding, "The criticism that law enforcement has been given, it hasn't been from me." This afternoon, now Habersham reached out to Sheriff Terrell and Chief Deputy Kogod for an update on the investigation. Only Kogod responded, stating, "We do not have anything to release at this time." The Sheriff's Office has not released any official information or updates on this investigation since the press conference, where Kogod said that the act was personal and targeted, and Sheriff Terrell has yet to address the community publicly. The coroner says he has spoken with family members to inform them of the medical examiner's ruling And while there remain many unanswered questions, the biggest as to how Debbie Collier died has been answered. Wow. I'm glad it's over, but I'm sorry for the family and all that they have had to go through. All of the questioning and suspicions and things that they had to go through made it difficult for them to live a normal life, Franklin says. I feel sorry for them. My prayers go with them. Man. Wow. That's pretty crazy, guys. What do you guys think of that? Man, do you still want to watch the interview? What do you think? Hold on one second. Okay, sorry. So you guys still want to watch that, do you think? Or what do you think? Oh, wait, I'm way low. Okay. If I can find it, I will made it last night. Zavgirl can play it for me. What are you talking about? Zatam? Zatam? So do you guys believe it? What do you guys think? I mean, I do because yeah, I'll play it. Okay, let's play it. I'm just trying to Hi, Virginia. So you're saying she didn't unalive is what you probably meant herself. No way, no way. Okay. So you guys, so there are some people that doesn't believe it. So you know what? Let's do a poll. I'm gonna put a poll up if you guys believe these results. I do. I mean, I'm gonna accept it, I think. But I mean, let's watch the interview and just see because there has been I've heard that there is some conflicting things that she said in like prior interviews that she says on this interview. See if we could catch them. Because I mean, I don't know what I feel. Like I feel like that it is possible that she did. Like, but I don't know if I believe it was intentional. Like, what if she went? Yeah, I guess because why was she out there? She goes out there, she starts a fire. She probably uses the whatever she used for the did they say it was gas, right? Because then it would have like made the fire go real big and then maybe she like inhaled the smoke on accident and then passed out and fell on the fire. Are we sure that it's on purpose though? Because like, okay, I'm gonna go kill myself by going and inhaling fumes. Like, it just seems like such a weird thought of somebody to do it that way. But maybe that's why she got the tarp. Maybe she kind of like put it over and like to get like a more intense. But why not just do it in the car? That'd be so much easier. Oh, if she didn't want people to think that it was suicide. Yeah. What do people say for unalive? Okay, unalive or taking her own life. I guess if she didn't want it to be obvious that that's what she was doing. But I mean, come on, then she wants somebody else to get in trouble for it. You know what I'm saying? Either she did it or then that means somebody else is gonna like go down for it. So I don't know. There's just a lot of weird things that aren't making sense with this. Because I mean, if she wanted to do it that way, like wouldn't you just go in the garage? You know how people do it and they just shut the garage door. Like you could put like a tube from the I don't know. There's different ways you could do it. Like if that's wow. Okay, we're gonna watch the interview. Let's see what we could catch if there's anything interesting. Um, but I almost believe it that's but I almost don't know if it's on purpose though. What do you guys I guess what other so weird. It's just so weird. It's such a weird way to do it. But I guess if she was giving away stuff. All right, hold on. Let me find it. It's called Amanda Bearden. Okay, I gotta find it on my videos real quick. We'll play it. All right, let's do it.
Hey everyone, and welcome to a special episode of Crime on the Record. So if you've been following this case, you do know the details, but if not, on September 11th, an unimaginable tragedy occurred when the body of Debbie Collier was found in a wooded area just outside of Athens, Georgia. The strange details of the case, which includes a cryptic Venmo message, arguments over some CCTV video, and just a ton of other pieces of evidence, has caused us to gain national attention. Law enforcement hasn't held a press conference in over a month, which has caused speculations, rumors, and accusations to just be thrown out in just about every form you can think of. So what do you do if you're in that situation? Do you stay quiet? Do you speak out? You know, in my opinion, and I've said it many times on here, staying silent, that's the right move. For me, I'm not talking to anybody without an attorney, but it really is a catch-22 because we live in a world where remaining silent.
They didn't say like a drug overdose. I mean, they said like, so basically she had a high amount of the hydrocodone in her system. But if she was a regular user, like a high amount isn't going to kill you. Dude, I would take like 40 or 50 pills a day. I mean, I'm sure we have a lot of addicts in here. Like that's nothing. Like you take like a handful of them. Like sometimes I've taken like 40 pills at one time before, just all at once. I mean, you know what I'm saying? So if you would look at the like levels in my system and be like, oh yeah, you have like intoxication of whatever drug. Yeah, but I wouldn't necessarily die of a drug overdose from like where the point where it's a high level. You know what I'm saying? A toxic level. So no, like I don't know. They didn't say the way they worded it. I don't know if she would have died just from that because somebody's saying like she would have just died from that. No, I think it was the mixture of the inhalation too and then they found high levels, which who knows if that would have killed her because we don't know if she was a regular user, and if she was, then it wouldn't it wouldn't be a big thing to have a high level.
Makes you look guilty, so people will speak publicly to avoid that, but when you do, you end up having armchair detectives use every little frame to try and substantiate their theory as to why you committed the crime. However, there are times when you just eventually have to say enough's enough and you come out and you have to say something. And
wait, I'm not promoting 40 pills at once. I was an addict. Like this is what, no, like that's not a good idea, but you build up a tolerance. So like when I first started, if I took 40 pills, I'd be dead, but you build up a tolerance slowly. And then pretty soon you just need that amount just to stay normal. So when I would take those 40 pills, I wouldn't be like super high. I would just be normal because I built up such a high tolerance from like years of building it up. So no, but I'm not recommend. No, like that's so stupid. No, please don't. I hope that didn't come out wrong with what I was saying. But what I'm saying is if she was an everyday user or a regular user of opiates, then she could have a toxic level of that in her system and it would not have killed her. You know what I'm saying? Because they didn't say that killed her. They just said she was a toxic level or however they worded it. So we don't know. Was she a regular user of them? You know, maybe not 40 pills, but still a toxic level could be like 10 pills. They could probably label that. You know what I'm saying? With it building up in her system for days. I don't know. All right, let me continue.
that's exactly why we're here tonight. As most of you know, Amanda Bearden is Debbie Collier's daughter, and we are very excited to have her on with us tonight. Amanda, thank you for joining us.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
Now, first, Candace and I, along with a lot of other people, we've received probably hundreds of messages from others. We want to offer our sincere condolences to what's going on with this to you and your family. I'm not sure a lot of us can actually grasp what you're going through and what your family's going through to not just lose a mother, but in the way that you did. So we just want to say, we feel for you. And during this interview, there's a lot of questions, and it's just a conversation. It's just the three of us talking, and there just happens to be a couple of people listening. So, but as we're going through these, if there's a question that you don't feel comfortable answering, just let me know. With that being said, though, there are a few that, you are going to have to answer, because not only the people watching, but I want to know too. So, I mean, obviously the Venmo stuff, the Family Dollar, CCTV, some phone calls and timelines are definitely something that we do want to make sure that we kind of clear up and get the answers from you. But first, before we get into that, I really want to talk about your mom, because so many of us know her just by what happened. We know her from just a CCTV video. We don't really know who she is. So can you tell us a little bit about your mom and like what kind of relationship you had with her?
My mom was my best friend. She was a consistent source of joy, support, and love for me. I'm sorry, I'm kind of scrambling here.
It's understandable.
Yeah.
She I'm so sorry. Someone is messaging me. I'm sorry. I'm getting nervous, y'all. I'm really sorry, but my mom,
It's okay.
she was just a bubbly, happy, strong individual. She didn't let things get her down, no matter how hard life was, especially growing up. She was always pushing forward, moving forward. She was a very private person. She didn't let her, dirty laundry just fly around. I guess that's not a lot of people that claim to know her. I'm not talking about everybody, but
Right.
they don't really know the ins and outs of my mother, even those that are related to her. They don't. They just don't know her on the level that I do, but I'm going to push forward. My mom was big on, when my brother still lived in Georgia. Anyway, I'm not going to go on that, but she was about, Sunday dinners and growing up, I guess it was like 15 or 16. Her and my dad split up. They got divorced, and Mom was so big into like holidays and stuff that we made our own traditions. We, like every Christmas we had, and it was one of her favorite meals, a steak, salad, and a baked potato. She loved to cook. She had an amazing potato topper that was about 90% butter. And anyway,
So the typical Southern recipe of everything, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Cardiac arrest. But she
Well, does anybody want to come up? Okay, if I open the panel, the people I want up now, I want people that are able to come up, and later we'll just talk the whole time. But if anybody thinks that they could control themselves enough where they could come up and just kind of watch this, and maybe like if you notice like a discrepancy or whatever, we could talk about it a little bit, but then like we'll continue watching it so we can make it through that. Because it does take like a certain experience, I feel like, because some people, if you're new up here, you want to get up and talk, and that's totally fine. But right now, is there anybody who wants to come up and kind of just like watch it with me and share their thoughts? Now that I made it like probably not like I made it scary, probably, huh? Hold on, let me see if hold on, give me 1 second, guys. Or actually, I'll continue playing this, and I'm gonna put out a couple links to like Teresa and Amanda, and then if anybody else thinks.
She was just full of life, and she, I've struggled a lot in my life, obviously, but I've had tragedy in my life, and my mom was just always there, to say, baby, she always had the right things to say. She let me know that I wasn't alone in this world, and She just validated me all the time,
Yeah.
But anyway,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, and I sent
She was a wonderful mom.
some pictures to her last night that my mom sent me, and in every one of them, it was our mom's cooking. So I feel like that's literally all we did was eat. Like that's it. They're just everything was cooking.
Yeah.
So they were
Wow.
serious about some Southern food.
All right. Well, thank you for sharing that. And I don't want you to get too upset before we start talking about some of these. So let's just go ahead. Yeah. Yeah. No, I would say I understand, but I don't. I mean, there's no way I could. So we did have a lot of questions from people. So just why don't we just go ahead and jump into those? Well, I want to start with, the questions about that have been going on with your mom in the day, that Saturday or on September 11th. So the first one, a big one, is the argument or the debate or whatever you want to call it of the woman in the CCTV video at Family Dollar. Do you think that's your mom?
It absolutely was my mom. The jersey that she was wearing, she's probably had for over a year. It was just something that she would throw on a game day. She worked through the week. Saturday was her day to go shopping. And I would assume that was why she was dressed that way.
Okay.
I know there's been some talk about people wearing white tights, but if I remember correctly, she had very Caucasian legs. So those are her white legs.
My mom would never wear tights anyway. She would wear pantyhose, but never tights.
Yeah.
It's nonsense. But.
Wait, I missed it. Where did she say that why she was dressed that way? What did she just say? She was dressed that way because of what? Sorry, I missed it. I was trying to send. I'm gonna just rewind it. Like, okay, let's see.
That she was wearing. She's probably had for over a year. It was just something that she would throw on a game day. She worked through the week. Saturday was her day to go shopping. And I would assume that was why she was dressed that way.
Okay.
I know there's been some talk about people wearing white tights, but if I remember correctly, she had very Caucasian legs. So those are her white legs.
My mom would never wear tights anyway. She would wear pantyhose, but never tights.
Yeah.
It's nonsense. But.
What video? Hey, Zatam or whatever. What video? Can you send it to me? I'll play it. What is it? Did you email it to me? Because I keep seeing you talking about your video that you made. I'll play it. Where can I get it at? Let me see if you emailed it me. Like email, like put it. I'm so behind on my emails. So can you put like, your name, like, how do you say your name? Zatam or whatever. Like, this is my video. So I know. Hold on. Yeah, let me know. We can watch it. Okay. Seriously. All right.
So for those who say it's not her, I mean, you think it's definitely 100%.
It's definitely my mom. Okay. If you know my mom and her body type, her hair, you would know it's my mom without a shadow of a doubt. I don't care if a visor was covering her face.
Oh shoot!
I know without a shadow of a doubt that's my mom, and I don't understand. I don't get where that's coming from.
Okay. Now, after she went back out into the parking lot, she was there for a little bit before she left, and people have asked if we would ask you what you and your mom were talking about when you were on the phone with her in that parking lot.
I wasn't on the phone with my mother. I'm not sure why she was there for the amount of time that she was. Excuse me. But no, I didn't speak on the phone with my mother at all on Saturday. We had exchanged some texts prior that day, but I didn't speak to her on the phone at all that day.
So there's been some talk about the text to Jeffrey not going through, and then the Venmo. Do you know when those were sent? Like, did she send the Venmo in the parking lot and then the text later, or was there a different order? Like, how did that? Which one was sent first?
To my understanding, she had texted my brother actually first, and then I had received I'm sure the whole world can go back and look, but the Venmo that I had received was at 3:17. Yeah, 3:17 p.m. But yeah, it was in that order.
Okay. Now the Venmo is one of the biggest things and the biggest questions that we got. But I will tell everybody we're gonna skip that for a second because I want to just focus on that in a different section so that we can talk through that completely, and we're not trying to put it in the middle of this. So, like I said, we'll talk about that in a bit. There isn't any record or anything that we've seen or read where she had sent anything to Steve. Do you have any idea why that may be?
I'm definitely not gonna sit here and act like or say anything derogatory about my stepdad. He has been very supportive. He's listened to me. We've kind of cried together even. That I can't answer. But I do know that her children have always been the main focus in her lives and the two people that she loved the most. So, I mean, I guess maybe that's why.
Yeah. And babe, if you have any questions, feel free to interrupt whenever. So police came out and initially said it was deliberate and intentional and led everybody to believe it was homicide. They later came.
So yeah, I forgot about that. The argument the night before. Do you know if she talks about it in this interview? Because wow, this is kind of long. I'm not sure. Should we watch it all like in one setting, or like watch a little bit, then watch something else, then watch more? Or what do you think?
Came back and kind of walked that back a little bit, saying that it may not have been murder. You've come out and said that you believe it was suicide, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And kind of, if you don't mind, like what is leading you to that conclusion?
I'm not. There are key intimate things that were shared with me that I don't feel. I'm not in place in authority to say things and then, be accused that I'm lying or, my opinion just doesn't really matter. I felt like at this point, but no one saw her that day prior on Friday. There were actions. My mom was.
Well, no, Lisa, you said conflict of interest. These aren't like law enforcement. They're just like a podcast. I mean, they'd be able to ask whatever they want. Is that what you mean? Like I wish they would have asked her, but I know it's kind of tough, like especially on the spot. Like I've regretted so many different like interviews where like I should have asked this question. I should after the fact. I should have asked this, or I forgot to ask this one, right? So I don't blame them. But yeah, I would have liked to see what she would say about that, because what did she just say the last time she talked to her mom? Did she say the night before? Remind me, because I'm kind of like doing a bunch of things at once, so I kind of I'm missing a little bit.
Like giving away things that now looking back
saying
on, I'm like, well, that was weird. She had made some comment. It just almost seemed like she was giving me all of her things. There was some comments that she had made. She had taken that whole week off, well, the week of this happening off from work, and it's Friday. I said, Mama, it's getting Friday.
Well, then that's a lie, right? Because supposedly the night before they were like, weren't they at the same house arguing? Didn't the neighbor say that? But we have to trust the neighbor. I mean, they were arguing in person, right? So right there, why is she lying about that? If that's true, I mean, I guess we'd have to believe the neighbor, right? But so that's one thing. What else? Has anybody else caught any conflicting things? All right. Let's watch maybe a third of it, and then I might want to maybe I'll open the panel a little bit, and then we'll go back to it, just so we're not watching it all right one time. Maybe, I don't know, unless you guys want to.
Me, yeah, I can't wait. And I was like, Mama, what kind of sense does that make? Like, who looks forward to going back to work? And she said nothing, and it was just the saddest. I mean, even when I seen her Friday, because we hadn't seen each other in a minute, I saw tears in her eyes. I'd never seen her that sad.
Yeah, Mom.
I kept asking her, Mama, are you okay? Are you okay? And it's funny, when she had left the house, she wouldn't even tell me goodbye. Just looking back on these things, it to me, I just wish I would have.
Hi, Gigi.
I mean, it's not that I
snowed
didn't
here, Dominic.
say,
It's
hey,
freezing.
Mama, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
But I think she was.
Oh, that's what you guys are trying to say.
She didn't burden me with.
Candace and Amanda are cousins.
And but that's Candace. That's kind of that's not uncommon.
No, not at all.
Is that what you guys
I
are
think
saying?
a lot of times that is why it's so hard for people when a loved one does die by suicide
I've been
to
sidetracked with other cases. I
get through the denial phase, because
so do you guys think
either saw no indication whatsoever, or there were things that they didn't see at the time that they're looking back and thinking, oh my goodness, and it's so hard for them.
CDT, what's up? How are you?
They should have seen it, and so that upsets them, and they just automatically are like, no, that couldn't have been it. But you don't know. You don't know. Yeah. You don't know what's going through somebody's head. I mean, I
have that, Lex. I have that in my video to play.
Very, very happy.
We're gonna watch that too.
The last.
Wonder if we should just do that.
I mean, you couldn't have known.
My mom was so strong too. I mean, I can't stress. I mean, she's the toughest woman I've ever met, and I'm not just saying that because I'm biased, or maybe I am biased, but I just never in a million years.
Yeah.
And you don't have to apologize for being upset. Just a couple other questions that some people had about that area. One was,
yeah, I agree. I think it comes off.
People were asking if she was attempting to make it look like foul play for life insurance purposes.
To my knowledge, there is no life insurance policy. I mean, I don't really know or think whatever who asked that would make you think that's your business, but I think the reason my mother, then my text read the way that it read, was because she knew that I battled with mental health, some pretty serious mental health issues myself, and I think maybe she just said those things to make maybe the acceptance of it easier.
Top Unsolved Cases.
Anyway.
Nice to see you.
Yeah.
And some have also asked if you have any ideas as to why she was so far away from home to to complete suicide? Like, why she didn't do it closer to home or in a different area? Why was she there? Do you have any ideas as to why?
I don't know. Maybe she thought. I mean, there's no way she couldn't have. It couldn't have crossed her mind that I wasn't gonna do everything that I could to try to find her. I'll never believe that. But I mean, honestly, I don't know.
You know, for a lot of people, they don't want to ruin a place for somebody or a situation. So, I wonder if it was that she thought, if I do this here in my home or in our hometown, they're always going to associate this place with that. And it's going to be hard for them to interact around here. And people are going to talk about it and hear about it. And so she went far enough away that she thought it would stay private.
What's
Little
up?
did she know that it came about the way it did, that it blew up in the news.
I don't know. Autumn's
Unfortunately,
supposed to
I
be
She
don't
would
fine.
never have
No.
left you.
She just got home though. She was trying to get her
My
kids
mom
down,
would be very ashamed.
fed and
Yes.
stuff. So
Of
she'll probably
people
be
that
here, hopefully.
Cyberbullied me. She'd be rolling over in her grave right now.
Absolutely.
Oh, well,
But anyway.
Well, I'm going to ask you this question only because it was asked by a few people. Is your mom making meth in the forest?
Oh my God. No. That one I actually laughed at. My mom's never done drugs a day in her life. Whoever said that and started that, you're a horrible person. I can't help that. But no, absolutely not. My mom had back problems. She struggled with back problems her entire life. And
Jennifer.
sorry.
Oh, the message. Okay. Yeah.
I mean, she took the medication that was prescribed to her, but no.
Yeah. I didn't think so. I didn't think that was a thing, but
Yeah.
people have asked, so I just wanted to make sure
But
to try and
oh
substantiate.
shoot, sorry,
your
accidentally.
claim
So
first.
that's a good point though. Just because the emotions may be real and genuine doesn't mean we don't know what they're like, why, like where were they stemming from, like what are they for? It might not be for her mom. It might be. I think. I don't know. So far, I do think though that it was her mom, but I'm not convinced it was on purpose. I almost think it was an accident, but I just can't make sense out of why she went to Family Dollar and bought that stuff and then went out there. So I'm just trying to make sense out of that. But I think like the accident makes a little bit more sense. Well, I mean, let's say she's eating some Vicodin. I mean, maybe has a buzz from it, right? And then she's out there starting a fire, and then somehow maybe she did take a little bit too many, where she was like, and she fell on the fire. I don't know though, but why was she out there? Maybe was she meeting somebody out there? Ah, this is so weird. And maybe like, was she trying to make it look like foul play for life insurance? I mean, do we know for sure she didn't have life insurance? And Amanda got mad at that. Like she wasn't too happy about that question, but it's a legitimate question because why would she go to that extent to do that and make it look like that there could be somebody involved? What other purpose? Because life insurance would be a really good reason for that. You know what I'm saying? It would be the only reason really. Or I guess maybe to not have her family think that she would do that to herself. There was none. Okay, so we know that for sure. Okay. And man, this is weird. This is really weird. All right, I forgot to put the poll up. So I'm going to watch a little bit more of this, and then we're going to take a break from it. We'll watch the court. Was it court TV or they did the recap? And then we'll end up watching the rest. But okay, I'm going to do a poll though.
And then, because there's some reports that you went to look for her at Ulta and Walmart. So, for what I'm hearing, you're saying that you tried to get hold of Steve. You went to your mom's house. And then you called 911. So you weren't out searching for her for hours before you made the call?
No.
Okay.
Oh, Zatam. I'm
so
going to get that.
I've listened to the 911 calls, and you know, like I will be honest, when I first heard of this case, I was on the side of that you did it, and I was there for a while. Just being honest with you.
I get it.
When I listened to the 911 calls, it didn't immediately change my mind. I thought, one, either that you were an amazing actress and like one of the most stone cold sociopaths ever, or that you were involved somehow, and that the gravity of what you had done, that those emotions were coming through in the 911 calls.
Okay, the
Listening
poll's up,
back to them
guys.
several times, I don't obviously I don't think that anymore, but there are people that say those calls were scripted, like that you wrote them out and that you basically acted out, you know, a one act play with the 911 operator. So kind of like, what's your thoughts when you hear that?
You're a psychopath. There is something really wrong with this world. To try to pick apart, and I mean, this is cyberbullying on steroids. I mean, I'm sorry, maybe I'm getting off track, and I apologize, but I gotta put this out here.
Yeah, I
All
do
my
too. I
family
believe
turned against me.
the cause of death is
So I
correct.
get it. I get
I trust it.
thinking, you know,
But
this girl's crazy.
right.
But
when she's done with this sentence,
you're
I'm
just
gonna.
you're horrible, awful human beings, and I pray that the trauma and the pain that I've had to go through when the police do make this press conference, which they've told me that they will. I hope you don't do this to another family. There is no way. There's just no way I could have come up with all that.
Well, thank you, Tracy. Thanks for joining. Welcome to the family. I appreciate that. Okay, so we're gonna take a break from this video right now. Zatam sent me their video. Is this you then talking in the video? Because I just went and looked at it a little bit. Is that you? Or because you said it's your video? So we'll check that out, and then I want to play the what was it? Was it court? Hold on, I know I have it. The court. Hold on one second. Let me see if it's this one. Real quick. And then well, wait, that recap's only like a minute long. Is that the one you guys were talking about? I thought it was longer. Maybe I don't have the one that you were. Whoever said that, will you send me a link of the one you're talking about? Because I have one. I thought it was going to be like the recap, but it's only a minute freaking long. Oh, wait. Here it is. I have it. Never mind. So this one is, yeah, Court TV. Okay, cool. We're going to do that one too. All right, so we're going to do Zatam's first. I think I say your name different every time. Okay. Thank you for sending it. Let me pull it up. Actually, you know what? Let me download that. So are you going over this interview? Is that what this is that you sent me? No, she is. But just because she is, does that, I don't know. I mean, because I believe like the autopsy is showing the cause of death. So I think that her alibi and everything checked out and stuff. So that's why I think like, even though she may be shady, does she have something to do with this? I don't know. Or I guess from a distance, if she was able to have somebody do something, I guess, but I don't know. I'm thinking that it is what it is. Like, that's what happened. And Debbie, I mean, maybe Debbie wasn't alone, but I don't think her daughter was there because I'm pretty sure that her alibi and her boyfriend's alibi all check out, right? So but she still could be shady. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't mean that she's not shady. So I don't really know. I'm having trouble believing though that it was on purpose, but man, this is weird. Such a weird case. All right, let me share this. So Zatam, I'm sharing yours. Let's do it. Let's see what it's all about.
Hi guys, I did this video for Debbie Collier. Everything in this video is just my observations, my opinions. Not everything in this video will be facts. I just kind of observed some things and I wanted you guys to see, let me know your opinions. Yeah. I will never believe for 1 second that Debbie Collier unalived herself in which the manner she was found, unclothed and burnt. I just want to say everyone is innocent until proven guilty.
We're all trying to piece it together, and I'm asking again for help because my mom deserves justice.
Now, in my opinion, Debbie and Amanda look so much alike that all Amanda would have to do is put a wig on and she would look like her mom because they have the same eyes.
Hey, Grateful MC. Wait, hey, Janae. So wait,
now, I noticed
Zatam,
going
this
through
isn't
these
you?
videos that the person at Family Dollar has the same color shorts on that Amanda has on in this picture. And they're just as short as the one in that picture too.
But see, I don't think that that's Amanda.
Now
That's
let's
where I
talk
don't
about
agree.
how short these shorts are.
No.
Here is what Debbie's son had said about the shorts.
I've never seen my mom wear shorts in the last 5 years of her life.
Debbie being 59, I don't think is going to wear short shorts like that.
So wait, is her son saying that he thinks that that's
The person
not her?
in this Family Dollar picture looks a lot bigger and a lot younger than Debbie Collier.
Thank you.
I really think that Debbie Collier is got a smaller build than what's in this picture. Now let's talk about this hair. That looks like a wig. If you see the line going over and going down, that is called a wig. And I doubt out of all the things, Debbie's not going to walk out with bedhead. And when you dye your hair and stuff, it's not going to turn out like that. See? Now tell me if that matches the Family Dollar pictures. See, here's a comparison from Debbie's hair to that person from Family Dollar. It's more curlier. It's more ratted. She's got her straight. Now, we all have a creature of habit. Women wear their purses the same. Debbie wears hers on her shoulder. Amanda wears hers over her head. So let's go back.
Well, you're making some good points, though. Like, good observations. Wow. Like the purse. I would like, so for me, though, because I would like to see more than just one picture of Debbie wearing her purse. Like, I need to see like multiple ones to make sure that that is the side that she wears it on. Is there more than one picture, though?
Back to the Family Dollar picture.
Some good points.
Now, this 911 call, I caught something. I wanted to see if you guys caught it. Let me know.
Candy number one.
Yes. Came home. My wife wasn't home. Her driver's license still in there. The rental car's gone, and her daughter's here. And we were kind of worried about. And according to her daughter, who went up and.
Wait, what did he say? Let's play that again.
And according to her daughter, who went up and.
What did you say? Amanda went where?
Her purse is still here with her driver's license. The only thing is the phone is gone, and she sent her daughter a text about 2 hours ago saying they won't let me go. Whatever that means, we don't know. And I've been gone all day parking cars for the football game.
You just returned home, right?
Yes, I just returned home. I was parking cars until about 4:30. And
so Steve said he just got home. He called around 6 o'clock. He got off work at 4:30. Where is the alibi before? From 4:30 until the 911 call was placed. See, he said he just got home. So where was he from 4:30 until 6 o'clock when that 911 call was placed?
I am not going to stop until you are in jail or you're on death row.
All I can say is...
Wait. So her son thinks that it's her, Amanda? I did not know this. See, I haven't been following this in a while. Like, it's been since the last time I cover. I don't know all these little things going on now. That's what's going on, huh? Well, let me see. Edit cards gone. Here in the videos, 2 things. Yeah, did a good job. Hold on, let me see what you guys said. Wow, so does he think that that's Amanda in the video then? Because he would know his mom. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he would be able to tell if that was her. I gotta find that interview of where he's in that interview. Zatam. I gotta think of a better name to call you because I can't say your name right. I know I'm saying it wrong. I'll call you Zatam. I'm just gonna call you Zatam. So where can I find that interview with her son? We need to watch that because I want to know because he's talking about her not ever wearing shorts. So I'm sure he goes on to more talk about the video. Does he say that that's her? Because if he says that's not my mom in the video, then I would trust him because, I mean, that's his mom. He would know. Okay, thank you. Wow.
None of this
I didn't know any of this.
looks right. Debbie Collier did not unalive herself.
Wow.
Never.
Oh, now he thinks she's innocent? Well, I mean, he can't take that back. What I'm saying is if he says that that's not my mom in the video, like, how does he take that back then? Wow. Huh. All right. Well, thank you. That was a really good video. Let me get that link. Hold on a second. I'm going to get the link from there. Video of the sun. Thank you. So that's from 11 Alive. Okay, let's watch that real quick. 1 second. I'm going to download that. Yeah, great videos, Tam. That was really good. Like the purse thing and then the wig. The wig, I don't know about the wig thing. That one, like, yeah, it could be, but I don't know. You can't tell for sure. But the purse and then you put in the little clips of the sun is very interesting. Like I said, I need to see more pictures of her wearing it on that side, though, to really be satisfied with that that's how she always wears it. But if we could find more and it shows that she's always wearing it on that side and then she doesn't in the Family Dollar, that would be pretty weird. Okay, so let's watch the son's video.
Tonight at 11, the son of Athens woman Debbie Collier is breaking his silence.
This comes nearly 2 months after his mother's body was found partially nude and burned in Habersham County.
We're all trying to piece it together, and I'm asking again for help because my mom deserves justice.
Tonight, Jeffrey Bearden's fight for justice may just leave you with even more questions about this bizarre unsolved mystery. 11 Alive's Cody Alcorn spoke with him tonight. And Cody, what made him decide to finally speak with you after all of these weeks?
Jennifer, Jeffrey, he wants answers. He wants justice for his mom, and as I learned tonight, he has some questions of his own. The last time we heard from the Habersham County Sheriff's Office was on September 30th.
We believe that this act was deliberate and personal.
Debbie Collier's body was found on September 11th, 50 miles from her home in Athens, in this remote area of Clarksville. The day before her body was found, the sheriff's office released this video of who they say was Debbie Collier inside a Family Dollar not far from the crime scene in Clayton.
It doesn't make sense to me why my mom was in Clayton, Georgia, especially that there was a Dollar General that she frequently visited that was less than a mile from her home.
And what about the tarp and reusable tote bag she bought? Items which were found next to her partially nude and burned body.
I mean, we have tarps at the house. I found about 20 to 30 reusable bags at my mom's house.
Something else caught Bearden's eye.
I've never seen my mom wear shorts in the last 5 years of her life.
So you're questioning if that was even your mom in that video?
Absolutely. Yeah, I am. I have a lot of concerns.
No suspect has been named, but 11 Alive confirmed search warrants were served at Debbie's home and the home where her daughter currently lives. When asked about that,
I do not think my sister has the capacity to hurt my mom. She was my mom's lifeline, but I don't trust the people that my sister hangs out with, and that's my concern.
as far as the bizarre Venmo payment of $2,385 sent from Debbie's phone to her daughter's on the day before her body was found,
I've never seen my mom Venmo that large of an amount of money.
there's one thing Bearden made very clear.
I am not going to stop until you are in jail or you're on death row.
Now, Jeffrey Bearden has also
Thanks,
questioned how the
Tracy.
Habersham
Thank you.
County Sheriff's Office has handled this investigation. Bearden tells me last week he called the sheriff, and when he questioned the sheriff about the investigation, how they've handled it, he, quote, snickered at him on the phone when he pushed for answers. Bearden went so far to ask for the sheriff's resignation on how this whole thing has been handled. Now, I did reach out to the Habersham County Sheriff's Office tonight for a comment, but I've yet to hear back. Bearden tells me he will not stop pushing for answers until his mother's killer is caught.
Wow, man. Julia, yeah, it does. Dude, that's when he was talking, that must be it, because I was like, why does that guy, his voice sounded familiar since we just watched that. Oh my God, you're right. That's funny. Anyway, how you doing? All right, so right now we're looking at 66% say foul play, accident 18%, and took her own life is 16%. So most people are thinking foul play. Interesting. Now I'm starting to, after like the sun, I don't know, like just little things now, I'm slowly like, But then you guys that think that it's foul play, do you not believe the autopsy, or do you believe that's how she died? But do you believe that, how do you believe that the foul play comes into play? Like, are you not trusting the autopsy? Because I do think that's how she died, but I just think there could be some factors somehow that maybe somebody's involved. All right, so oh wait, what happened? Oh, Gigi. I'm sorry, I don't see her message. I just see Soul for Music, but oh, are you okay? So your son died? Is that what? Oh my God. Wow. Lord. Okay, so hey, S Hocket. Yeah. Y'all, the shorts thing may sound silly, but my mom never wears shorts. She never would. The link is that from yeah, Dustin, I put my email. Is it that one though that is the one that came out that was like the cellmate? Is that what you mean? Okay, so let's do, yeah. We already put in a request. I already put in a request for that. Actually, hold on. Let me see if I got it. Okay. One second. Let me just see. Because it should be out, right? Okay, let's see. Okay. Oh, wow, losing a child in the heart. I bet. Oh my God, I can't even imagine her. Okay, so let's do what were we gonna watch? Hold on. Oh, we were gonna try the autopsy, which I'm seeing if we got it, and then hold on one second. Okay, so let's do, I'm gonna play the okay, so we played this, we played that. I want to play, where is it? Right here. This is the one from court.
This is video of Debbie Collier inside a Family Dollar store in Georgia at around 3 o'clock on a Saturday afternoon. She's purchasing a red tote, a blue tarp, a poncho, paper towels, and a torch lighter. After leaving the store, her daughter Amanda received a Venmo for over $2,000, which included a cryptic message from her mom. "They are not going to let me go. Love you. There is a key to the house in the blue flower pot by the door." Debbie was found the next day burnt and partially naked 15 minutes away from that convenience store, which was about an hour north of her home in Athens. From the beginning, investigators said it was a homicide and it was personal. But after 2 months, no one has been arrested, and it seems like the homicide theory may or may not be true. And now Debbie's daughter, Amanda, the one who received that Venmo and that strange message, is speaking out publicly for the first time, answering questions on the Crime on the Record podcast hosted by a relative of hers. In the podcast, Amanda says she's been cleared by investigators and her mom died by suicide. Tonight, we'll take a look at that podcast with our own investigators and our own experts.
I'm Vinnie Politan. Great to have you here tonight for Closing Arguments. This hour, we're going to take a closer look at what's really been one of the most puzzling stories, mysteries, death investigations that we've covered in quite some time. We're talking about Debbie Collier. And it all began at the crime scene, right? So you have or is it a crime scene, right? That's the question we're going to talk about tonight. But, you know, once investigators get there, you want to know, well, what happened here? What happened? And from the beginning, we were hearing this was a homicide investigation. So all of us covering the story and trying to figure out what happened presumed and assumed this was a murder case. And as we heard some more of the peculiar facts surrounding all of it, it sort of confirmed that. You know, what we heard, the limited information that we heard and what we learned as we saw videos and everything. None of it made a lot of sense, but it was, you know, we trusted investigators who said, yeah, this is a homicide investigation. So when that happens, then it's all about, well, okay, we kind of know what happens, sort of.
Hold on, I went off screen, so it glitches. Let me just put it back up. Hey, Paradise, how have you been? Hey, Cherry Mecca.
Who's responsible? Who would take the life of this mom from Georgia? What possible reason would you have for taking her life? I mean, everything we heard, she was living a pretty normal kind of life. There was nothing peculiar. She wasn't up to anything. Didn't seem to have any enemies in the world. Like, who would do that? You know, and along with that is the question of why would you do that? But now we're hearing maybe that's not what happened. Maybe.
I'm gonna send a link for open panel, and we'll keep watching some videos and like chat about it. Does anybody want to come up? So after this, though, after we watch this and then maybe try to finish watching the interview, I do want to play a couple of the Richard Allen and talk about that a little bit. There's a few new videos, and then yeah, so that's the plan. And then what is the other case I wanted to really make sure we get to? Hold on. We have the Richard Allen, so that's Delphi. Yeah, I guess. And then whatever you guys want to talk about. So let me put the link up real quick. If anybody wants to come up.
It's not a homicide investigation. Maybe it's something different. And, you know, we heard little bits and pieces, some coming through leaks and reports that, hey, maybe this was an accident, or maybe she took her own life. And wow, that's a lot different. That's way different, because investigators were so convinced in the beginning based upon what they saw at the scene.
Wait, that's really off, huh? Hold on. The audio is really off. Let me do this again. Try to share it again. That bothers me for some reason. All right, let's try it. Oh, I put the wrong one. Wrong video. All right. Where is the video I want? There it is. Okay, so let's go.
An investigation, maybe it's something different.
Okay.
And, you know, we heard little bits and pieces, some coming through leaks and reports that, hey, maybe this was an accident, or maybe she took her own life. And wow, that's a lot different. That's way different, because investigators were so convinced in the beginning based upon what they saw at the scene. So in trying to understand all of this, it's been difficult, again, because investigators limited information, and people connected have not really been speaking out. But now someone is. Amanda Bearden gave a shocking, absolutely shocking interview. You know, earlier today, I had a list of things I was going to do. And then I started watching the Crime on the Record podcast. And for 90 minutes, I did nothing but watch it. This interview was revealing. I mean, you watch the thing at the end of it, I was like, you know, Amanda Bearden, this life that she has led and who she is, you get a much clearer picture of her, and she's filling in the blanks on some of the facts surrounding all this. And she revealed one thing that really surprised me. It was almost a confirmation of what we heard sort of leaked beforehand, which was how her mom died. Now, you have to understand, everyone that's been covering and following the story, social media and other places, have all been looking at Amanda as a potential suspect in a homicide investigation, right? Based upon just the strange circumstances and obviously the Venmo and the transaction of money that she got, right? Follow the money, follow the money. Well, today we listened to, or I did,
and you need to do it after the show. Here's Amanda Bearden on the Crime on the Record podcast talking about the death of her mother.
You've come out and said that you believe it was suicide, correct?
Yes. No one saw her that day prior, on Friday. There were actions. My mom was like giving away things that, now looking back on, I'm like, well, that was weird. Even when I seen her Friday, because we hadn't seen each other in a minute, I saw tears in her eyes. I'd never seen her that sad.
Okay, so, the premise to all this, again, everyone was looking at her as potential suspect, someone that would need to be cleared in all this because of that transfer of money, the relationship. You always look at the people closest to the victim, but we may not even be looking at a homicide investigation anymore. I'm not sure. I don't know where we are in all of this, but I want to bring in our special guests to get a little more clarity. Joining us tonight in Alabaster, Alabama, the hosts of the Crime on the Record podcast, Candace and Jason Lawhorn, are with us. Jason, Candace, great to see you tonight. Thanks so much. But you owe me 90 minutes of my life because I was watching that interview and doing nothing else. Can you start and give me a little background about the podcast and about any connection that you have to the family here?
Well, Amanda and I are cousins. So we grew up together when we were younger. We all lived in South Carolina. And then at some point, my immediate family moved back to Alabama and they stayed there. And once her parents divorced, we kind of lost touch for a bit. It wasn't until I saw this come out that I immediately reached out to both Jeffrey and her to get back in touch. And having the platform that we do, we wanted to, try to help in any way we could.
So, Jason, you already have the podcast before anything happens here, right? You've been doing this for a while, both of you together.
Yeah, we have. And we had done a few episodes on Debbie's case prior to having Amanda on last night. And we kind of gone back and forth on whether we were going to cover Debbie's case or not, just out of respect to the family. But we just felt like there was not so much trying to prove innocence or guilt, but just providing a different perspective on looking at Amanda, because everybody sees her as a suspect instead of a person. And we don't have all the facts. And we just felt like it was important to, at least have people see her as a person. So that's why we chose to do it.
And mission accomplished. I'm telling you, I feel like I know so much more about her. We cover it from the outside looking in. People, for obvious reasons, don't necessarily want to come on television and talk about things like this. But the atmosphere, the tone, and everything in that podcast made it very revealing. And Candace, you're not just a podcaster, you're a therapist as well?
I am, yes, I'm a psychotherapist.
Well, I mean, that explains a lot of the way the whole thing happened. So from your perspective, obviously you know a lot about the story going in, but as you're speaking with Amanda for 90 minutes, what sort of unexpected moments occurred? What surprised you a little bit?
I think for us, the biggest shocker was to see the way she felt about the police. I mean, because of seeing so much of the coverage from Jeffrey and how harsh he has been towards the police, we were kind of taken aback that she was so impressed with the police officers that she has dealt with.
That was interesting, right? And it seemed like she had a lot of contact with police, Jason, that she was kind of in communication. We've heard some of those, the calls that were made, that were released, the calls to police, but she was having seemingly an ongoing conversation.
Yeah, that is what she revealed to us, because we were kind of curious about that as well. With police not talking to anyone, how the details of the case and what she knew, but it did seem like that not only did she have quite a few conversations with police, but even after being, as she said last night, interrogated by them, the fact that she still had so much respect for them, and even going out to say that the one investigator, he felt like it was his responsibility because he felt so strongly to take care of what he considered his mom, is what she was saying. So I'm with Candace on the way that she just spoke about law enforcement, because I don't know too many people that speak that highly of law enforcement after being interrogated several times.
Not at all. And I mean, you think about it, okay, they're investigating the death of your mother and they're interrogating you. So it's like, wait a minute, it's my mom. And you can understand how things go. And it usually does go that way.
I'm on mute. Sorry. Tracy, are you ready? I'm going to add you up. Okay. But we'll continue watching this. And then if you have like comments to talk about with it. Okay. Okay. I'm adding you right now. What up? What up? Can you hear me?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you. How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Zav?
I'm good. I'm good. Thanks for coming up. Thank you for joining. And that was very sweet. And your compliment was very nice earlier. So what do you think about this case? What's your thoughts on it?
Oh, thank you.
What's that?
Well, my first thought is can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. I've got some background noise. Sorry. It's like I hear myself after I speak, so I apologize if I mess up.
You're all right. Actually, I don't hear any background noise, but go ahead.
My main thing is, why was she going to a Family Dollar that was nowhere even near her house, like so totally out of the norm? And also, now that it's been brought up, I can see the difference of the weight and the hair in that video. It's almost like somebody wanted that to be seen on video surveillance, now that I kind of think about it. And also, why would you leave your house without your purse, without your credit card, but take your phone, which is the only thing that you need to Venmo money? And another thing that I've been wondering about is the Family Dollar that she went to wasn't very far away from a men's rehab center.
Yeah.
And the amount that she Venmo'd was very close to the amount that the boyfriend needed, that her daughter's boyfriend needed to pay for the rehab. And I don't know how much truth there is to it, but I heard that he had X amount of days to go to rehab, or he was facing some jail time. And that money was really close to the amount that he needed. And part of me wonders, did she try to go to that rehab and maybe the message meant they won't let me go, meant they wouldn't let her go into that rehab. I don't know. It's all just so confusing that I do not for one second believe that this woman tried to kill her. I mean, I'm sorry, unalive herself the way that this happened, because one, burning is the worst way that I can imagine going. Two, a woman, I just don't see a woman doing that to herself. Three, she's half undressed. I mean, come on. I mean, it don't make no sense. And whoever, I just don't believe for one second that she would go out there and do that for people to find her that way. If she wanted to do it, I believe it would have been some totally different way. because that's not the way she would want to be remembered. I just don't believe it for a second.
Yeah, I mean, the way that's what's kind of weird. But I think the whole burning thing, I think could have been an accident now that we know like some of the details. But don't you think it could be an accident that she fell onto the fire by any chance, or no? I mean, I think the burn part is probably an accident. Now, I don't know if her inhaling that was on purpose to try to unalive herself, or if somehow she inhaled it, you know, by accident, because maybe she like passed out right over the fire, like I mean, like fell asleep and then eventually fell into the fire. But before she fell in, maybe she was inhaling the fumes, which then, you know, made her pass out or die, and then she fell into the fire. See, I could see that now that we have some of the details, you know.
I see that as right. I could see it as a possibility. I just, it's just no matter how I twist and turn it in my head, it still no way adds up to the outcome that we have. For me, in my opinion, just in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it is weird. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people, most people, well, 70% in a poll thinks there's foul play. So you're not alone in thinking that. But I do think that there is other. I mean, it is possible because, like I said, it's not like she sat there and like burned herself alive, which that would be like crazy way to go, you know. But I think she just fell into it, to be honest. Because she didn't have like, she just like, what did they say, like a little bit of burns on her stomach,
Right.
her clothes. Wait, the jersey she was wearing was burnt off. So I think she did have pants on, right? Because they say nude, but didn't, I think it was just her top half, right, guys?
Yeah, we've gotten, yeah, but that's what I think. But they told like I've heard 3 different stories, so I'm not sure.
What have you heard? What do you mean 3 different stories?
The first one I heard was that she was unclothed, but that was before we knew anything. And then the second one I heard was that she only had that burnt jersey on. And then the third one I heard said that she didn't have the burnt jersey on, but she had pants on. So now I'm just waiting for what next version there's going to be. And I just don't know anymore. All these cases are so confusing, Bab, and I commend you for being able to keep one separated from the other, because I tell you what, girlfriend, you are something else. And I'm always the one who tells you that I'm going to put you in a timeout. And I do that out of love because you work so hard and so tirelessly. And you are amazing. And I just don't want you to get burnt out. I want you to get your rest because you need to be at your best for us, because we love you, girlfriend. We love you so much.
Oh, thank you. Thanks. That's so sweet. Aw. Yeah. So let's
You're
see. So
so
she had
very
pants on, I
welcome.
think.
Thank you, Zab. Thank you for just being you, and don't you ever stop being you.
Aw, thanks. I think you're on a delay though. I think you're hearing me on a delay. So if
I
it sounds
am.
like I'm interrupting you, like it's
Oh,
because
no.
it's delayed.
I
Okay.
apologize.
No,
Yes,
it's not.
and
You
I
can't do nothing
apologize.
about it.
I
You're
am on a
good.
delay.
It's okay. Yeah, you can't do nothing about it. Sometimes it just happens. Um, so I'm trying to see what chat's saying about like because they say sometimes noon, but then I think it was just her top
Where's our
half.
timer guy at?
Yeah. Let's see. Why would she hold on to the tree limb? Yeah, that's true. Good point. Wait a minute, because she was holding on to it. So if she passed out, oh, how would that work? Okay, she passes out. She like I don't know. It is weird. It's
Yeah,
weird.
she was holding on. They said that she had a grip on that tree, like for dear life.
Yeah. Yeah. After she lit the fire. I don't know, Cosmic. I'm trying to remind me of the address of where it was at. Because it's been a while since I Google Map. I want to put the Google Map. So it was family. I want to look up the Family Dollar. Shoot. Hold on a second. Let me bring up the Google Maps, but now I forget the addresses to everything. If anybody knows offhand, like put it in chat. But I'm trying to find it here.
Does anybody know if there is a men's rehab anywhere near that Family Dollar that she went to?
There is. There's that one rehab. Yeah, it's close by where they found her. It's not that far from where they found her. So that's why I'm trying to get that address. Hold on a second. I'm trying to get it so I can bring up the map and show you. That's what I'm working on here. I'm trying to find the folder because I have the document where it has the addresses, but I have to find her folder. Where did I put it? Pictures, Debbie here. Somebody might have it up before I even have to find it. No. All right, I'm gonna continue watching this, and then if you want to comment, like if you have anything to say, I want to finish watching this court TV. So if there's anything as we're watching it that you want to comment on, and then I'll find the address too, and then we'll look up to see if there's a rehab because there is. I know there is a rehab that was closed. Yeah, okay, cool. I found the documents, but let's continue watching this real quick and then we'll do that after.
Like everyone else, this case has all these very peculiar facts and circumstances, but many people are trying to put them together and have a view of the case based upon the information that we've learned. Did anything that you learned, or just by speaking with Amanda and hearing her, I mean, at length, talk about things, did it change your mind about anything in the case?
I don't think so. I think that, starting out, we did not have a conclusion to this. I mean, we just wanted to provide, just like in a trial, you can't have the prosecution and then just go to the jury. I mean, you need the defense as well. And I felt like her having both sides would be a good thing, but we still had not come to any conclusion. And recently, after hearing, that the police had informed her she's been cleared, and then talking to her last night and hearing about these conversations with the police, I mean, we've kind of been in her corner that, she has been cleared for quite a while now.
Yeah, and I will be honest, like I said on the podcast last night, when we first found out about this, we first heard about the case, I thought she did it. Like I was on that side of it. And the more we learned and I kind of started to get the feeling that maybe that wasn't the case. And then, so I'd felt that way before we talked last night, but it just really, for me, it just really solidified everything that I'd already thought.
What, from your perspective, that's interesting, Jason, was there a particular fact, piece of evidence, scenario, timeline? What was it that sort of changed your mind a little bit? They're like, hey, wait a minute, this is something else.
Yeah, I don't know if there was one specific thing I could say this is what it was, but I listened to the 911 calls several times, and I thought either she was an amazing actress or this had to be legitimate. And then her not coming out and just trying to defend herself over and over again like most people would, and she took an active role in trying to assist the police. I know there are times when suspects want to be close to the investigation so they can try and figure out what's going on, but it was like she was almost doing her own in conjunction with law enforcement. So, and then just the conversations that we've had with her, or actually my wife has had with her, it really kind of just hit home. And then that emotion last night, like there's no way you fake that. Like that emotion, just that raw emotion she had last night when she was talking about her mom, and she was willing to talk about the things that everybody has questions about. So.
Yeah, and for folks who, again, wait till after the show, but then you're going to take a look at it. you were putting out the questions that were coming from social media, and we know everyone's been talking about this case and wondering. But what questions do you still have about that day and the death of Debbie Collier?
Sadly, I think the questions that we have are probably questions that I don't know anyone will ever get an answer to. But, you know, even as a therapist, I see that with people that die by suicide. When someone gets to that point, they're not always thinking rationally, and they make decisions that we don't understand. And I think that that's going to be hard for a lot of people because they want it wrapped up with a bow, and it's not. I mean, we're not going to understand why she went into.
Like, would you guys rather watch this recap or would you rather watch the actual interview? Because I don't think I'm going to do both because I want to get on to a couple other cases too. Because the interview is like long. We're not even a third way through the interview. But do you like this better? I'm like asking, like I'm expecting like to hear a response, even though I know Tracy is up here, but like I'm expecting to hear everybody's response. And I realized, yeah, I gotta look over here and read. Anyway, interview.
It is your show, honey. You do what you want to do, baby girl.
I know, but I like to see what people, you know, what would they prefer. I'm gonna add Mark up here. Hey, Mark, what's up?
How you doing?
Nice to see you. I'm good. How are you?
Let's I just want to stay in the background and I just wanted to back you up. I don't want to dominate the conversation, but if we've got Sleuthy Goosey in the house, is she willing to come up?
I don't know. Sleuthy, are you? You'll have to ask her. The link is pinned. I don't know what happened to Autumn. I just texted her, but like, I'm not sure if
she's got some really good questions.
Okay.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump off here.
Okay, Tracy. Well,
and
thank you.
Hopefully, Sleuthy Goosey will come on up.
Okay.
And Zav, you keep up the good work, girl. You have a great night. All of you guys have a great night. I love you all.
Thank you. Thank you so much for coming up and just, I don't know, being so nice.
Bye.
And supportive. Thank you.
You're so very welcome.
Aw. Okay, so her case is now closed because I'm going to request autopsy. Yeah, I already requested it. So Lucy, I haven't got it yet. But if you get it before me, send it to me. And if I get it before you, I'll send it to you. But I wonder if any news, because nobody put it out. Because I just wonder if they've sent it to anybody yet. Or it was just that they said, oh, that is rolled unalive or whatever. And nobody has it yet. I'm not sure. But yeah, I'm not sure.
I just think that Sleuthy Goosey is right because she asked the question of like, why didn't she just accidentally, in parentheses, accidentally take too many pain pills and just die in her bed? And why go to the extent of setting herself on fire?
It makes no sense, but I don't think she set herself on fire, though. I think she fell into the fire. Like, now that we know, I think that part was an accident. Because it was not like she was on fire. She just had like a burn on her stomach. I think she just fell into it, I'm thinking. I mean, I don't know for sure, but that's what I'm thinking. But was she purposely trying to inhale the fumes to die?
I don't
Or
know.
not?
I mean,
That's the question, I feel like. And then I feel like she probably fell into it, right?
it just seems
make no sense.
like a horrible way to die if you could just take some pills.
No, it is horrible. Like this, it doesn't make sense. And it's almost like where she's trying to make it look like somebody else is involved. So why is that? Like,
that may be the trick then, because so many people have a aversion to suicide.
Yeah.
And they may want it to look like something else, but an accidental overdose could have done the same thing.
Yeah, that's true. So why is she out in the woods? It makes no sense. I mean, do you think that it was an accident? Do you think foul play? What are you thinking?
I don't think we have enough evidence.
I'm just not convinced that it was on purpose yet. Like I'm almost thinking, but it was an accident. But then it doesn't make sense why she went out there with that stuff, though. That's what doesn't make sense. If she did just accidentally like pass out and then inhale the fumes and die.
This has got to be one of the most strangest cases ever.
It is. It really is. It really is. There's way more. Yeah. Oh, Julia. Yeah. Oh, so yeah. Did somebody ask? There are people. Not everybody knows that yet about the dating, not non-dating show. Are people still asking? Yeah. Next week I'll be doing a live with Julia. You guys can meet her because I'll actually get to meet her in person next Tuesday or this Tuesday. Wow, it's really this Tuesday, right? But yeah.
I'll just say that going back to the daughter's interview, I think she may not be guilty, but she's a habitual liar, and she probably wouldn't pass a polygraph test.
Yeah, I could see that. So,
And
do you think she knows anything about the mom? And you think she's completely innocent in this whole incident? Then,
well, I mean, either the police are letting her go or they believe her.
because I don't think she's the one that actually killed her mom. But does she have something to do with it if there is foul play? You know, so I don't. I think she is innocent in this, to be honest.
I kind of think she is too, but it is kind of weird that she never mentions in any of her interviews the fight that the neighbors heard.
I keep forgetting about that.
Together.
Oh, shoot.
I mean,
shoot. I keep forgetting about that. Yeah. Wonder why she doesn't mention that.
it has to have been a loud fight for the neighbors to have heard.
I want to talk to the neighbor. Huh. Yeah. Man. Well, so what do you think? Is it better to watch this or maybe watch some more of the actual interview? I'm contemplating. What did chat say?
It depends on what you want to do. There's certain segments of the chat that want to go into the 4 Idaho murders, but there's not a lot of new information there on the Idaho thing. And so I don't know what people want to see about the Idaho murders.
What I don't even know what you're talking about. Idaho murders?
The University of Idaho, the 4 students.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it. Okay, yeah. It just happened today?
No. It happened Saturday night.
Oh, shoot. I didn't even hear about it. Okay. Whoa.
There were 4 University of Idaho students that were stabbed to death Saturday night.
What? Wow.
But that if you don't know anything about that, that might be something better that you save for tomorrow's live or tomorrow's stuff, because you need to get caught up on all that, because there's kind of a lot to consume, but there's not a lot to consume at the same time.
So, I mean, do they know who did it?
They have not. I think law enforcement does know, but they're not telling yet.
Wow. So, but nobody's been arrested yet. Well, I'll have to look into that. Yeah, you said Saturday, so I have to look into it, guys. I don't know. I mean, we'll see how tonight goes. I mean, maybe we'll Google it or whatever, but like I want to probably not tonight because I don't really know anything about it, unless if somebody comes up on panel and wants to talk a little bit more about it. But yeah, this is news to me.
Well, I kind of know a little bit about it, and some of the chat knows some about it, but until you catch up on it, you probably don't need to cover it, and that's my opinion.
Yeah. You do too. What, Robin? Interview. Okay, let's see what people say. Oh my god! Wait until you hear big fight. Terrific. It's a big deal. I can't believe you. Yeah, sorry. I guess I missed it. Wow. Okay, yeah, let's just continue watching this then.
To the woods. We're not going to understand why she bought a tarp and this and that. I just think that it's really going to be hard for any of those questions to be answered.
All right, Candace and Jason from the Crime on the Record podcast staying with us. When we come back, we're going to play a few more clips from the podcast, get reaction from the hosts, plus coming up next hour.
Ooh.
Whatever that means.
So I'm going to play that too.
Whatever that means, we don't know.
That's the 911 call. Of course, we're talking about the death of Debbie Collier. At first, she was missing. Then she was found dead in the woods. Started as a homicide investigation, and we're hearing now it may not be that. It could end up being a death by suicide. Amanda Bearden is Debbie Collier's daughter. She spoke on the Crime on the Record podcast, revealing interview. Here's part of it.
Well, first of all, I was in a complete state of terror, anger. I mean, I was a basket case because I didn't know what to think. I started calling Steve over and over and over again. I finally got in touch with him while I was on. I actually went over to my mom's house because, I mean, what I had just read, I didn't want to believe.
Oh, a lot of people are
of
wanting
course,
to.
reacting
Okay,
to that. Very.
Hold on. Let's just watch a little bit more of the interview because more people are looking like they want to watch the interview.
I think it's human nature to speculate, especially when we don't know what's going on. And let's be honest, like the details surrounding your mom's case. I mean, it's not your average crime scene or your average anything. I mean, all this stuff's going on. So I mean, people can speculate. And like I said, I was a firm believer that you did it. I just didn't tell anybody that except for Candace. But, you know, we kind of went back and forth on it for a little while. But I don't know why people would attack others like that, but to each their own. Another thing is the time law enforcement arrived at the scene versus when you did. There have been a lot of comments and a lot of questions asking how you beat law enforcement to the scene. So can you kind of like how did you get there so fast, or did you get there that fast? Like just kind of walk us through that too, please.
Okay, so I woke up and you know, checked my phone because I knew, you know, I'm begging and pleading with my mother all night, you know, answer the phone, just say something. And when I woke up and I didn't have anything on my phone, I knew, Amanda, you're gonna have to show your butt. You have to show your butt. Get somebody to listen to you. So and I had tried the night before, but I called Enterprise. Enterprise was closed. At that moment, I mean, judge me all you want. But I didn't think to call roadside assistance. But I did Saturday morning. I first called their call center, and I pretended to be my mother. I have no problem saying that. Because I thought,
What leaked video, Chica?
you know, hey, if I call these people and I say I'm in trouble, they're going to send somebody out to me. You know, send somebody out to the van. Get her help right now, you know?
It's actually really good thinking. I mean, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I'm racking my brain, but you
Yeah.
know, people don't see that. They don't want to see it. But the the girl that I talked to, she gave me the rental agreement number, and she said, "You're going to have this to speak with roadside assistance." And I hung up. I called roadside assistance, and we kind of got into it because I guess they could obviously tell I wasn't my mother. I was like, "Look, someone's life's at danger." Like, I was saying anything and everything I could to get somebody to listen to me. And they basically, no, this is what ended the conversation. I said, "GPS my van because I have a tire out on the van." And they tell me, "Well, this vehicle specifically doesn't have," I forget what they called it, but they said that the van didn't have it. So they couldn't, triangulate where the van specifically was. So from there, I hung up and I called Athens Clarke County Police Department. When I initially called, I said, "Look, I need to speak with the lead investigator on my mother's bolo disappearance." I don't know the technical terms here, but the lady said there's no one that works on Sundays. Let me get you somebody. Let me get, I'll get somebody to call you back. Mr. Sergeant Johnson, I think he's a sergeant. Very nice man. I expressed to him, and I'm pretty sure that's what you guys heard. I expressed to him my situation. He agreed with me. He said, "I definitely feel like something's going on here." Anyway, he took it very seriously. He told me, "I'm going to try to keep you updated as much as I can." I don't remember. I guess it was about, it was about 11 o'clock. I'm going to say 10:30, 11 o'clock. Sergeant Johnson called me back and he said, "Hey, does your mom have a reason to be in Raven County?" And then immediately I'm overtaken by terror. I then knew something was seriously wrong. I jumped in my car and I went as fast as I could to Raven County. It's about an hour and a half drive out there. And then I'd gotten another phone call from him. I pulled over. I saw that he was calling, and as I'm pulling over, I look at my GPS. I use Waze. And you know how it shows you where police are. As I'm answering the phone, I noticed that there were 2 cop cars not far from me. But I pull over and I take the phone call from Sergeant Johnson, and he says, "Okay, we found the van, and it's near a campsite. But I can't tell you where it is. I don't know specifically where it is. And not even 3, 4, 5, I don't know, 5 minutes. Excuse me. I'm going to back right there for a moment. He said a campsite. I get on Google and I'm Googling campsites. Anyway, I get back on the road and I run right into these deputies. I saw the van. I got out of my vehicle and I'm yelling and screaming. I said, "That's my mama's van. That's my mama's van." And that was, anyway, I asked the police officer, I said, because I don't know where I'm at. I asked him, I said, "Can I go? I've got to pee." And he tells me, it's just like, anyway, not even a quarter of half a mile, maybe down the road. I went, he said, "Look, there's not much." Well, I did speak with them for a minute. He said, "We're calling." He said, "We're going to get the canine out here. And then we're also, if we don't find her within a reasonable amount of time with the canine, we are going to get a helicopter out here." And so I went to use the restroom. I came back. The canine was there. He was already there. They were maybe in those woods 10 minutes. And the police officer came back and he said, "Come here." And I knew. Yeah, I've argued with him. I even hit his bulletproof vest a few times. I'm sorry. I didn't hit him, but he was just hugging me. I kept saying, "Where are you sure? Are you sure? How do you know?" And he wouldn't tell me anything. He just said, "Believe me, she's gone." Anyway, that is all the steps I took that day.
So what I'm hearing is like you were kind of doing your own, like, looking for your mom. And when you heard she was in a certain county, you just started heading that direction, which is the reason why there wasn't a huge difference between the time law enforcement got there versus when you got there. Because you weren't staying at home.
Yeah.
You weren't at home when you got the call, right? Is that what you're saying?
I was determined I was going to find her. Anyway.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know what I would do. You're fine. You're fine.
You're fine. And how you reacted is completely normal. I mean,
I knew I wasn't going to go down in that fight. Sorry. I interrupted you, babe.
No, you're fine. It's completely normal. I mean, the immediate response to hearing something like that is denial, and that comes out in fighting and yelling, and I mean, you go into a panic.
Law enforcement was so good to me, though. Obviously, you guys can see I've been on the other side a few times, but Habersham County really changed my opinion of law enforcement. So much that I got to get this out here, family members, whatever, yada, 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 sit there and say, "Oh, I was there through everything." No, you weren't. Some of them weren't even in the state of Georgia at the time. But and I'm not going to name any names, but if you had been there, Mr. George Kaysen, and I'm sorry, Mr. Kaysen, but this man took my mother's passing seriously. He was fired up. I'm not going to repeat any of the things he was saying to me or whatever, but he genuinely acted like that was his mama out there. So, I mean, the criticism that law enforcement has been given, it had been for me.
And I mean, I would hazard a guess as to maybe that's why you're who they talk to. I mean, I don't speak out of turn, but.
Well, throughout all this, I've had family members, they didn't understand why no one was speaking to them. Well, maybe it was because I didn't harass them. Maybe, even, I'm not going to say they had their opinions of me in the beginning, but I wasn't worried about it. I knew that the truth was going to come out, and I told them, I said, y'all going to end up apologizing to me. And that's exactly what happened. But I mean, I really feel like law enforcement, I know for a fact they, because of some of the accusations that were made there by family members, again, not going to name any names, but they directly accused me of murder. And I mean, if I know anything about law enforcement, they're going to take any type of statements that are made, and they're going to follow up on those statements.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this. So I think that's what made them look at me a little harder, even. But they've gone through those phone records. They have. One of the things in my apology that I'd gotten. They said, we've asked certain people, key things about your mother, intimate things about your mother. And they were like, nobody else can seem to answer them. And we've seen who was closest to her. And this is why we're speaking to you. And, family members wanted to say, oh, well, you told them, me. That's not the case. I will go on here and say, the police don't owe you anything. I mean, they don't owe the public an explanation for their actions. They don't. I mean, nobody in this world owes you anything. That's just the way I've been raised, and I've been raised to be tough. With that being said, but
wait, Zap,
and just to make sure I understand.
Yep.
I'm sorry. You actually played the part where she didn't talk about her wearing stretchy pants. She only wore pantyhose. I after 3 different times, I still don't understand what that was all about. Like, was she trying to say that her mom wouldn't wear those pants, or because
I don't know.
You played it 3 different times and I still didn't get it. And I don't think that most of chat got it either. It's just.
So it does kind of make it look a little weird, huh?
Well, you can go ahead and continue the video. It was just like, I didn't know if you had any thoughts about that.
No, you're fine. I'm trying to find, hold on. No, I'm glad we stopped it because we need to stop and chat a little bit about it. But I'm trying to get this address here for where this was at. I had all the locations on Google Maps the other day, but okay, hold on one second. So this is Georgia 15. Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. So what are your thoughts on it? Oh, because you don't understand, huh? You're just confused.
I don't understand the comments about she wouldn't wear those kind of pants. She only wore pantyhose.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of women that wear yoga pants, and I just didn't understand that part didn't make sense to me. I mean, I don't think that the daughter's guilty. I just think that she's highly incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, she's just a natural liar, and she's lying in these interviews, but I don't think that means or proves that she had anything to do with her mom's death.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with you on that. I'm trying to get this. Where is it? Why? Okay, so when I type in 15 Georgia southeast. Okay, wait, he's casting driver south from Delaware, George. Okay, hold on. Let me try to look this up. I want to try to bring up that map. I haven't looked at the map in a minute. Why am I having trouble with it, guys? Shoot, it's not bringing it up. Yeah, I'm like a little slow today. Tell her who, or Emily.
And just to kill the dead air, how's your computer doing, Zav?
It's not doing too bad. Not doing too bad. A lot better than that one time, and it was having like a really I was having like bad issues at one point. Yeah, I think I'm gonna hold off and just try to use it as much as I can because I think it's all right. I mean, there's some glitches like the screen. I think that's my camera that flashes. You guys don't see it, but I see it. And then there's this other thing with sharing my audio thing that drives me nuts. But no, besides that, it's not too bad.
Okay, that's good.
Thanks for asking.
because I was convinced that you just got totally hacked by the NSA or something
Yeah.
a couple of weeks ago.
Oh my God. Yeah, I was convinced that I got hacked or something. Something was going on, but would it just go away? I mean, it would keep acting up, right? Though, so I wonder what that was all about because it was acting really weird. I mean, it really was.
I think it might have been just computer problems, but I'm a member of another panel that she got taken down hard the other night.
Taken down? Really? What was she
Yeah.
talking about? Like, did she have any idea of what?
She was mentioning names, and as soon as she would say one name, her computer would just crash, and it would just end all live streams. It would just
What?
yeah. And it may not be related. I'm kind of more conspiracy minded, and so I kind of believed her, but I don't know in retrospect that if I believed her.
Okay. I see. Well, I don't know if people like mess with you and then do they just stop? I don't know what their deal is. You know what I'm saying? When they were messing with me, what was it, or was it just some kind of glitch? And like, why did it stop? I should knock on wood because I hope it doesn't come back. Okay, finally got the Google Maps up. Sorry, that's why I was kind of preoccupied because I wanted to get this up because they're asking about the rehab. All right, so hold on. Let me share my screen. All right. Okay. So let me now remember where everything's at. So we had.
Is Amber okay?
What do you mean, Amber? I don't
Yeah.
know why. What's she saying?
Well, I mean, she's normally your wingman, and I'm just
Oh,
trying.
Autumn, you mean?
I'm sorry, Autumn.
Yeah, I don't know. She's not responding. I hope.
I'm just here as a poor temporary substitute.
No, I appreciate that. I don't know where she's at. She might have, maybe she just fell asleep. Wait, where did Family Dollar go now? Why is that marked with a heart? I'm so confused here. Hold on. I'm trying to find the spot here. I just got to remind myself. I haven't looked at this in a while here of where everything was.
I did an entire map, and I somehow lost you.
Yeah, because 15. Okay, so here is the middle school. There's the middle school, right? So, hold on. Is this that's okay, wait, no. There's Victoria Lane right here, Victory Lane. So that's why I have that marked. That's close to the spot. Hold on. It might not be the exact spot. Hold on, let's see. Oh, that's the spot. Yeah, that's the spot that I assumed or I figured out that I think this is where she pulled off. I don't know because it's the last stop until she hits Victory Lane, home lane, which they said she was going northbound, and so she pulled off. Okay, so the rehab. That's what I was trying to do. The rehab is right here, right? Yeah, isn't that the rehab? I think this is the rehab, if I'm remembering right. Do you know anything about it, Mark? So it was really close. Tracy, are you still out there? So if I'm remembering, I don't know why that's not labeled. I guess they don't. Yeah, I guess they don't have stuff labeled. I thought I had everything labeled since it's bringing out the stuff. But okay. So yeah, she would have been very freaking close. But they would have had like they would know if she went in there and then got turned down, right? I mean, they would have that. I guess we don't know what they have, but yeah, so she was found somewhere back here. So yeah.
I never had the rehab on my map. I just had the Chick-fil-A and the Dollar General.
Okay. Okay. Okay, thanks, Blackwing.
Or Family Dollar or whatever it is.
Family, yeah. Hold on one second. Should we move on to another case or should we finish watching this? What do you guys want to do? I guess let me see how much longer we have.
I know you're saying law
Oh, we're not
enforcement
even halfway
is
through.
communicating with you,
Shoot.
but before that,
All right.
I mean, they considered you a suspect, correct?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was interrogated. Well, I was spoke to Sunday. Yeah, Sunday night, and then Monday. While a search warrant was being given, that key family member accused me of murder, and the next thing I know, I'm in a cop car being taken away for an interrogation. They asked me if I would, and I agreed. I was compliant. I went willingly. But I guess it was about 6 weeks after. Anyway, whenever the memorial was, it was right before the memorial. We had a confidential interview with each other, and that's when me and law enforcement got back on a good page with each other.
But they did several searches and hours of checking into your alibi and searching your home and
if you don't believe me, I mean, y'all have harassed the cops enough. Call them. I don't know what to say to you. That's your problem.
Can you pause it?
Yeah.
I've been reading the chats for a little bit, and
Yeah.
it's completely your decision. But earlier on, people were wanting to switch over to the Idaho 4 murders, but you still have a strong interest into diving into this. But I just think that the cops have already made their determination, and there's nothing else going to come out about it.
Yeah, that's true. But I feel like after this, I'm going to play a couple of Richard Allen. And then I guess we could, but I almost want to like be familiar with that before I don't. What do you guys want to do? Put a 1 if you still want to watch like a little bit more of this. I don't think I want to watch this whole thing because look, we're not even halfway done. Or do you want to? Put a 1 if you want to watch more of this. And put a 2 if you want to move to something else. I should just do a poll because I'm not going to be able to count how many does what. Hold on a second. So the poll for my last poll, the results are 70% foul play, 12% accident, and 18% took her own life. Okay. Yeah, I still wanted to do the Nick. Oh, there's too much for Kylie, but I almost want to, because it's been like a week or so, or whenever I watched it, I almost want to like watch it again before I before I talk about it. But I guess we could watch it together, the Nick with the Kylie, the roadside assistant guy. Like, what did you make out of that? That's still interesting. I haven't got to talk about that yet.
My mind is scrambled after seeing another guy's short video tonight
about what?
About Callie Rodney. I mean, it's just too much information for me to enunciate here. He's kind of just blown up a whole bunch of different cases about Kylie. But once and if you're ready to get into the Idaho 4 murders, I can catch you up.
Okay, well, I just did a poll. Like, hurry up and vote, guys, if you want to keep watching it. It looks like more people don't want to watch the rest of this. So yeah, let's take this down. Because it's so long, which I do end up wanting to watch it. It's interesting, don't get me wrong. But let me play before we do the Idaho though, murders. Let's do. Did you say Idaho?
Yeah.
Okay.
University of Idaho.
Oh, University of Idaho. Okay. So let me play a couple of these other videos real quick about Richard Allen. Hold on one second. And Richard Allen is the guy they arrested for the Delphi case, in case if you guys haven't been following that. All right. Where is it? 1 second.
And correct me if I'm wrong, I think in the Delphi case, the only new news that has come out today is one of the investigators did a podcast interview or did a YouTube interview, and he seemed to I'm not saying he did, he seemed to tie it back into the Klein boy. And there's much more work for them to do, and there's not going to be any more new information on that until they figure it all out.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a lot of people that tie it back. Or I think there's definitely could be a connection to the crime because of the timing of everything, you know?
It's bigger than Richard Allen.
Yeah, that's what I think. So I think it's, yeah. I wonder if they're going to find more. Oh, what about that's what I wanted to talk about. There was this article about tying him to the other murders. Hold on 1 second. Let me get this real quick. 1 second. There we go. Okay, let me play these real quick. And then I want to show you, tying him to another murder. Those other murders that, was it Evansdale, right? Because there's 3 different murders that are really similar, okay? Evansdale, there's Delphi, and then there's one more. What was the other one?
Sleuthy Goosey, you've got the link. We could use your input up here on the panel.
I'm gonna play I have 2 videos I want to play though real quick. Okay. And then I have hold on. And it looks like she even sent me something. Wonder if you're. Oh, so now releasing the probable affidavit for child and won't harm the case and all that. Oh wait, why didn't that play? Okay.
18 update. An attorney from Franklin, Indiana is now representing the Delphi double homicide suspect. Richard Allen asked for a court-appointed attorney last week, telling the judge that he had no idea how expensive an attorney would be. Well, today Allen added an attorney identified in court records as Andrew Joseph Baldwin of Baldwin, Perry, and Camish of Franklin, Indiana. Allen's superior judge, Fran Gall, has already started working on the case. She was appointed to it after Carroll Circuit Judge Benjamin Diener recused himself. Today, the court executive for Allen's Superior Court said that Judge Gall will stick with the original November 22nd date for a hearing on whether records in the case should remain sealed. Allen faces 2 counts of murder in the deaths of Abigail Williams and Liberty German.
Oh wait, I have one more. Let me play while I'm getting this other stuff ready. Hold on 1 second. This one actually a little bit. All right.
The man charged with the Delphi murders now has attorneys. When Richard Allen was arrested for the murders of Libby German and Abby Williams, he first told the judge he would be hiring his own. Then days later, in this letter we were able to get, he requested an attorney to be provided for him. He said he had no idea how expensive one would be. Now he has 2 attorneys, and you have been asking us so many questions. We've been trying to get many of your legal questions answered, and Dr. Jody Madera is an attorney and professor of law at IU. She is very intelligent. Jody, good morning. I'm so glad that you joined us to sort this out. I want to start with this and kind of set the background for everybody. This was entered into my case, the system, the court system used to track cases in Indiana. There was a co-counsel order issued first for defense attorney Andrew Baldwin. Then hours later, there was a court order issued for, it says, public defender Bradley Rossi. Then 24 hours later, a court order issued for the 2 attorneys, describing them as contract public defenders. So people are asking, are Baldwin and Rossi, are they both court-appointed attorneys?
Yes, they are both appointed by the court versus Allen hiring private counsel, for example.
Okay, so what is the difference between then a contract public defender, and a court-appointed attorney?
Sure. So public defenders and contract public defenders are both appointed by the court. In other words, they are not attorneys that individuals pay for out of their pocket. And so you have to be indigent to qualify for those services. Now, Carroll County, like most smaller rural Indiana counties, does actually not have a public defender's office. And so in some counties, the court appoints counsel, for some types of cases, using a public defender. If they have a public defender office, then they'll appoint most likely a county public defender from that office. It's the least expensive. But in counties like Carroll County, where they don't have a public defender's office, they'll actually contract out with public defenders. And this is not a lucrative line of work. They're supposed to be paid the same as an equivalent prosecutor. But actually, a 2020 survey by the Indiana Public Defender Commission basically found that the equivalent after overhead is considered is $5.16 an hour for these contract public defenders.
People have no idea that that is the case. We're not going to run out of time because I'm going to ask you one particular question about costs in just a minute because it's a big deal. But people have asked me, Angela, why does he have 2 attorneys from 2 different law firms? Can you explain that one? Because that's one of the biggest questions we're getting.
Sure. So I think that these individuals are most often individuals that the court has next on a roll. They call them. There's no particular order in which they would call. It's sort of assigned randomly. In other words, they didn't assign these attorneys because they thought that they were qualified in a particular respect. But of note, these public defenders, contract or otherwise, have to be qualified to take murder cases in Indiana. So they have to have the appropriate training. It doesn't actually matter if they're contracted out of county. It doesn't matter if they're contracted from 2 different law firms. What matters is that, in these murder cases, there's often a counsel and a co-counsel, and they'll be expected to work together. And I believe that Attorney Razi is the lead.
Yes, we only have about 30 seconds left. And when it comes to taxpayers and footing this bill and about how much something like this would cost, you have some information about what some of these cases have cost and what they, just how much money it could be.
Yes, so it will be borne by state taxpayers, but one of the things that we've learned is that it's cheaper to do a trial right the first time. And again, there's no cost to the fair administration of justice. This is going to be far less expensive if it's a life in prison without possibility of parole. A death penalty case could cost several $100,000, basically 10 times a murder case seeking life in prison without parole.
All right, Jody, thank you so much. We do appreciate your expertise as always. So many viewers asking so many questions. I'm trying to answer them, and I'm not a lawyer. I want to make sure we get the terminology correct. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Okay, so let me take that off.
So can you pause it for? Well, I guess
off. Yeah.
A CVS part-time manager faced with $200,000 or $300,000 worth of legal bills, he's going to get a court appointed every time. He doesn't have the money. He's living paycheck to paycheck.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. All right, let me play the thing that Lucy just sent. 1 second, and then where is it at? Okay.
I kind of missed the last 10 minutes of chat, but does Lucy have the link?
The link for what?
To come up?
No, I mean, I think if she wanted to come, she would have came. I think she said she's working on a file or whatever. So
okay. She's busy doing her own detective stuff.
Yeah, the link is pinned. If anybody wants to come up, the link is pinned. So yeah, but I'm gonna share another video, and then we'll go into like some of these groups have like some of the documents. No, not that. Share. Okay, so here we go. See what this is all about. This is the one that she sent me. So you want me to play the video, Lucy? Is that what you're saying? All right, let's see. So you want me to play the video, Lucy? Is that what you're saying? Echo. Why is it doing that? Let me try it again. I have a feeling it's going to do it again now. Let me try to share it.
I just hope that Sleuthy, she may be doing mom duties or something, but I just want to invite her up.
All righty. Well, she's officially invited. Let's see what she sent us here.
The case against Allen. If released, the probable cause could explain why detectives recently came back to take a second. Indiana State Police Superintendent Doug Carter says the release of the documents won't affect the case against Allen. If released, the probable cause could explain why detectives recently came back to take a second. Indiana State Police Superintendent Doug Carter says the release of the documents won't affect the case against Allen. If released, the probable cause could explain why detectives recently came back to take a second. Indiana State Police Superintendent Doug Carter.
What the heck? If it's not going to affect the case.
The recent interview with the recent interview on the podcast today indicated that he thinks that the law enforcement official thinks that there are tentacles involved. So there's like multiple other people involved. It's not that he's just a lone wolf.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, definitely. So I guess you're right. That she's saying she can't even see the pin. It is pinned, Sleuthy. I'll send it to you personally if you want to join, but it is pinned. Wonder why it's not showing up. Hold on. Let me try. Maybe can you see it now? Because I've ended the poll. Maybe it was just that.
It is visible.
But can she see it? Because she's the one that was just asked. Hold on. I'll send it to you if you want to come. But don't feel like if you really can't, then, don't. But if you're more than welcome, here, let me send it. And then I want to find them. What? What? Wait, why can't I find you on here? Where'd you? Wait a minute. What are you saying, Mark?
She's about to come up.
Oh, you found it?
No, I found her and she found you and your link.
That's what I'm asking. So I don't need to email her.
She couldn't see it before.
Oh, Amanda's here too. Yay, you made it. Okay, so we have Truth. Truth, can you show me your face? Amanda, you have to show me your face for a minute too, because remember last time I got it, they used your picture. Okay. Gotcha. And Truth Finder UK, show me your face. Just real quick. Hi, Amanda. What up? What up? Thanks for coming.
Hey, Zav. I saw your messages and I felt so bad. But I'm actually just coming on to tell you I can't come on today.
Oh, okay.
I've been leaving you hanging, but I'm really busy today. I will give you all of my attention tomorrow. We'll do one of these same lives, because I need to go over so many cases too that I feel like I need to do just one big long one. So I feel like we could do it together. But
okay, yeah, cool. Like I'm so behind too. I kind of went into this live like not having anything planned, hoping that just like the audience and panel will help, because I don't. But yeah, we should. Did you hear anything about? Do you want to talk about the Idaho? You said University of Idaho, or what do you want to like, or some of the other cases that we do?
I want to talk about a lot of them. I mean, there's Monkey, and then right now there's the murder of the 4, and then there's the murder of the 3, and then there's the one girl that got killed in Mexico, and there's a video of the fight right before she died, and somebody's beating her up. So, they're trying to say she died of alcohol intoxication, and obviously you can see her getting beat up. So it doesn't appear that that's what it was. And there's just so many cases that I've been going over, and I haven't been able to spit them out. And I want to do it with you, but I am actually buying a freezer right now because we made so many tamales that we need more space.
Oh my God, you're really doing it up. Wow. Send me some.
I swear, if I could give one to everybody, I would.
Oh, that sounds good. I bet you they're so good. Man.
So yeah, I was coming up just to tell you I'm really sorry, and I love all you guys, and let's do this tomorrow. But thank you for inviting me up.
Okay, all right. Well, go have fun, and yeah, we'll talk tomorrow. Thank you for
All right.
stopping up.
Tell
All right,
Sleuthie I said hi if she comes up.
I will. I think she is backstage. Yeah. Okay. So, Kayla, oh, find her truth. You didn't show me your face, and you disappeared. Kayla, can you just show me your face really quick? And then Mark, you somehow got knocked off. There's Mark and Sleuthy. Sleuthy, is that you?
Yeah, I'm in the tub. I'm not showing you my
Okay,
face.
Okay. And Kayla, okay. Oh, Kayla, sorry, I forgot to tell you I was adding you. Do you want to cover your face? It's up to you, but I'm gonna add you real quick. Okay. All right. So what's up, guys? So Mark, we got Sleuthy here. he's been really wanting you up here.
I've been
just
begging for her to get up here.
I know.
Ever since I saw her in the chat.
So what questions do you have for her? Do you have something specific?
No. I just want her to be able to speak her mind.
Okay.
I think we were talking about something in particular, and then it took too long. Maybe it was Debbie's pants.
Oh, what do you think of that?
Well, I guess I didn't know where they were saying that she was wearing colored tights. So that was what was confusing me, because she looked like she had shorts on to me.
I don't get that either. That was weird. And you were one of the ones saying that you found like a lot of like contradictions with Amanda's interview. Is there any that you could name offhand that you remember?
Not. Oh yeah, I remember that. Oh no, that would take way too long. But a couple things though that I just was thinking was like, initially my first thought was even if I knew that my mom, and again, this is just my relationship with my mom. If I knew that my mom did that, it would take me a very, 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 very long time to accept that that my mother would feel like that was like the only option, and then I would be even more surprised, because I'd be like, I would feel guilty that I didn't know and like do something. So I personally wouldn't be announcing it so quickly. And it was almost it hadn't been talked about. It hadn't been talked about until after that article came out. That was like, anonymous police sources say she may have, committed suicide or whatever. And then it was like, she committed suicide. She was giving things away. She was acting really weird. The timing of it was, and she did her first interview,
But is it the timing, or is she just reacting to the current social media posts at the time?
Which would have been what? Just talking about the suicide?
No. But earlier on, I mean, it's just kind of weird. I just didn't I just still don't understand what the deal is with the pants, or the yoga pants, or the pantyhose. That just kind of seems to be a weird fact that was thrown in after the fact.
Well, here's the thing. A suicide is not an accident, right? It's a purposeful. If you're committing suicide, you are purposely ending your life for one reason or another. It's not an accident. So was it an accident? I'm more inclined to believe an accident, just in terms of like, for whatever reason, maybe she just decided to pull over and like start a campfire, and accidentally catch herself on fire. Say that happened. She was headed down towards water, right? She was headed down towards the ravine. So in theory, could she have been running towards water to like accidentally, she accidentally lit herself on fire. She's running towards the water to try to put herself out, and then just so happened to not be able to run anymore between the back and whatever she was suffering from the fire, and that was the whole thing with the tree, maybe. But that's not a suicide, though.
I totally get that, but I'm just trying to figure out and plug into the extreme remote location in which she drove to.
Well, the next road down, right? Like the next entrance off of the road was like that camping area or picnic area or whatever, right?
Do you think that was a site that she was familiar with and had history with, or it was just random?
I don't, and that would also be strange for a suicide to just a random place. But at the same time, she could have wanted to be far enough away that no one would stop her, but close enough where there's people picnicking. Surely they'd see or hear something, and someone would come get her. Which is another question: like, did no one hear? Her car was there the day before that they found her. Like, she drove straight there.
I do not get it. I do not get
I
it.
don't know.
That's true.
But yeah, I do think so. Yeah, she could have. I just don't understand why she was there, but I do think she could have accidentally like fell into the fire and handled like an accidental death. But like, why was she there? Why did she buy? Oh, I guess she bought the stuff to have the fire. Was she supposed to meet somebody there, or she just wanted to like get nice?
Why did she start a fire to begin with?
I don't know. These are the questions. I mean, it doesn't.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, as someone that's clumsy, I can totally make sense of like the fire and then what happened after the fire, but I cannot make sense of the other things that happened before it and then certain behaviors after it from others. And then the whole idea. So like, if you're going to say that that's the kind of accident that happened, because that's not a suicide, that's an accident. Why did she send that Venmo with that weird ass message?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, wait a minute, because that would make sense. So yeah, so she wanted to make it look like somebody else was involved. Why? If she doesn't have a life insurance, what would be the purpose of trying to make somebody else look involved if she was doing it herself? Because they won't let me go. Yeah, like
I think Mark caught what I was just about, like what I was kind of getting at there.
Go ahead.
Was that I think that, oh shit, what was he saying? He knew what I was implying.
No, I'll tell you and reiterate it.
Mm-hmm.
Suicide involves a bunch of different moral and religious consequences, and if you commit suicide and when you're in some beliefs that you don't go to heaven.
That is true. Was she religious?
I don't know.
Yeah, because that
it may not have been a religious thing. It just may be it may be what she
knows growing up or whatever.
What she was trying to exploit. I mean, there's a definite social stigma upon suicide, and she may just have simply being she may have been just trying to avoid that.
It's true. Yeah, I could see that definitely. Because there would definitely be people.
I still feel like that's not the way I would go.
No, I know, but
I
then
feel like if I really thought about it, I'd come up with something a little less.
It's true.
Less.
If I was her personally, I would just take a bunch of extra pills.
Right.
Try to make it look like an accidental.
Like accidental.
And just,
She might still think that might look like a,
I would be interested to see if she even had medicine like in her system. I think it was mentioned that she had like hydrocodone in her system.
Hydrocodone. They said like a lot. It sounded like a lot, but like if she took it regularly,
it wouldn't be. Trust if her back was bad enough to where, the first thing that Amanda said was to the police was she wouldn't be able to walk far. She has a bad back.
Yeah. So.
Well, the real question remains is that if zavgirl in her non-addictive past, was able to take 40. It just made.
So, perfect example. Why didn't she just go buy something more powerful, less expensive, that she could easily and very quickly do too much? And it would be like, oh my gosh, now that would have been an accident. Holy crap, she tried this, and she didn't know what she was doing. And so look what happened. And she accidentally passed away. And that would have been less gruesome than them talking about you being found naked and burned. You know what I mean? The whole world was like, what on earth? I was like, this sounds like True Detective. Like, this doesn't even sound like, I can't believe that someone would suffer that way and make someone else suffer that way. I just can't wrap my head around someone making themselves suffer that way, especially if they felt like they were living in suffering,
Well, maybe she didn't have access to be able to get other stuff, or she could have still looked at it like it would look like.
She was near rehab, wasn't she?
Yeah, but I mean, to get like some kind of drugs to take her life, though.
I would try a rehab. That's one of the first places I went to.
But they're not going to give you enough to take your life.
Too.
It'll be like controlled, though. They're not going to give you enough to take your life, though. If you're saying that she's trying to
no, but people going in and people coming. I mean,
oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, maybe she didn't think about that, or maybe she didn't even realize there's a rehab there. So I think the hydrocodone was just something she was taking anyway. It has nothing to do with her plan to kill herself. I think personally. And then God, so she maybe she did get the tarp to create to be able to inhale the smoke, but it's so weird though. She was holding on to the tree and then
no, that's way too much. You're having to make additions to the story to make it make sense,
I know, and as I keep saying it, I'm like, wait, that just doesn't make sense. But I mean, this is the case is closed, right? They're done. I mean, that's the conclusion. So, I mean, not that it has to be true, but it's crazy because we're not going to probably know any more information. So we're not going to ever know, I feel like.
The tarp on being able to to facilitate her inhaling it just doesn't make sense. You can buy fentanyl directly from the cartel on Snapchat. It's not that hard. I mean, there's just no reason for her to extend that to this degree.
And if she was going to inhale, if that was the way to go, why didn't she just? I mean, she had a vehicle, a brand new vehicle, and also, why did she park near people? I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me.
Well, I'm not worried so much as the fact that it was a new vehicle, because it was just a rental, because her car was in the body shop.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, it's not like her car would then go to like her kids and they'd have to think about the fact that like she did that to herself in a car. Like, you know what I mean? It was like a rental car that she had done something in it and they were just going to take it away and somebody else was probably going to rent it,
I don't think she wanted to inflict damage on the rental car unnecessarily, whether it mattered or not.
I don't know. It's definitely a crazy one. So let's do you have any more thoughts on that? Or I was going to go on to Delphi now. Or do you have any other thoughts you want to talk about with Debbie?
It's your panel. You're cool.
Well, no, if you have other things, I want to hear. Sleuthy, do you have any other thoughts on the on Debbie? Do you know if she was, so she did have pants on, right? It was just her top half, or was she completely naked?
The police reports said naked, but I know that some news articles were saying like that her top was off, but the actual police reports don't say that. They say she was naked. She was nude.
Yeah, they do, but I feel like, let's see.
That's kind of weird.
These all the same. Oh, this is the same article.
I guess,
why did I pull up the same one?
I guess the only final thing that I have to say about Debbie is I've not seen this yet come from law enforcement. Like I have no confirmation that it's closed, and it was like the local paper that wrote this. and said, police said blah, 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 but they've not come right out and said anything. And they're the ones, honest to God, they're the ones that came out and told everyone that she was murdered. So if that's the case and that's the ruling, an announcement needs to be made, even if they just put out a Facebook post.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's why we all love you, Sleuthy.
I just feel like, who is this person? Like, who? And at the Sun, you could forget it. But if this local paper, like, they're the same local paper that was putting out things with their quote police sources, anonymous police sources. And then the police actually put out an article saying, like, we don't know what police sources there is, but like, we're still working her case and we still believe that she was targeted and personal and targeted. Like, nothing changed.
Yeah. But then I'm trying to see what this one says about. Just curious. It's pretty evident that she started the fire. Franken said, from what I saw, it was considered to be the case. Is what. I guess it doesn't say if she was. Because that would be interesting. Because if she was completely nude, then that would be kind of. Well, the whole thing's weird anyway. But like, why would she take off clothes? I mean, I think the top half it burnt off, right? Like her.
I think that the Sun is not. It's not uncredible, but it's not credible at all at the same time, because I've seen things that they've reported in other cases that aren't exactly true.
Really? Wait, who?
Mm-hmm.
What are you saying, Mark?
The Sun?
Yeah, you're saying that
They've posted things that are not true, and also things that no one else reports on. They have their anonymous sources and their exclusives. The Sun.
It's kind of
who posted it though. I'm confused what you're saying. Oh, the Sun. I thought you were talking about her son. I'm like, what are you talking about? Oh my god.
No.
Sorry.
No. I mean, there's been multiple other cases that the Sun has not been a reliable source upon. I think that
this one's naked on her back. But yeah, no, I know there's a lot of them that report like wrong things, like details that are wrong. I agree.
There's a whole bunch of quote unquote official news sites that just use AI technology and don't have any human interaction into their articles that they publish.
Oh, I believe that 100% from what I've been reading. Like, especially so there's certain cases where, well, and most of them here recently, and what they do is they just go in and they like literally copy and paste it all. They don't even do their own like interviews. They'll just copy and paste an article and then change, zavgirl told us to zavgirl told the Sun that blah, 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 blah. They're just like
It's messed up. Yeah, they are though. You're right.
They do a basic scrape across the internet and see what is available, and they just report it.
Like, it'll look like there's 15 new articles about Debbie Collier, and they all say literally the same thing, same words and everything.
Yeah, you're right. I know.
And they all the tell is that they all misspell the words. They misspell common words. They do all kinds of stuff, and it's just kind of obvious.
Yeah. There's that. So this is the Sun. I mean, her son. Oh wait, somebody. Oh, Joshua, can you just show me your face real quick? So before I add you, please. Okay. All right, Josh, I'm going to add you. I see ya. Okay. Hi, Josh. Oh, this is. Wait.
Hi.
Oh, hi. How old are you?
I'm 18.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why is she laughing? Why is she laughing?
You just sound kind of young, and this is not like a topic for kids. I just want to make sure that you are 18.
I know. I'm just gonna say I like your YouTube channel. It's so cool. I love it. You're doing the good job, but everyone's liking it. So good job.
Oh, well, thank
That
you
was
so
sweet.
much, Josh. That was so
No
sweet of you.
problem. I always got your back. Always. Sometimes everyone's like being mean to me or like saying bad words and anything for me, and I didn't like it.
People are being mean to you, like in chat or where?
I've been on all the people's streams, and then I saw this girl call me fat, ugly scum. That's what she called me.
Oh
That's why I'm
no,
saying the bad words, guys.
that's not good. Well, I'm sorry about that. Well, hopefully
Wait, everyone say I'm not 18, and yeah, I am, guys. Stop lying.
I'll tell you what, Joshua.
Yeah.
People say mean things about me all the time.
What?
Oh, Lord, yes. All day long.
That's
Every day.
crazy.
Oh, yes. And the trick is to not care. Because we like you.
Ignore it.
Can I say, haters, back off. That's what
There
people
you
need
go.
to do, don't they?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Don't listen to haters, guys, because they're just whatever it is.
That's some good advice.
Do you like
Can I-
yourself?
Can I stay in there with you guys? Because I want to hang out with you guys because you're really nice people.
Aw, well, I'm glad that people are treating you nice in this chat. That's good. Okay, cool. So do you follow these cases?
Yeah.
Which one are you following the Debbie, the one we're talking about, Debbie Collier?
Yeah.
Okay. You have any thoughts on that?
No. I'm just like watching the chat with you.
Okay.
Oh, he's a good one right here.
What's that?
Holly said you I don't know what that means, but I'm sorry, Holly, but I don't know your name, but I forgot your name. I know your name, Holly, because you're a really nice person.
Holly? Oh, there's Holly right there. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's much better. Keep it like on the screen and we can all see it properly.
Okay. The Sulfur Music says, all good, buddy. Don't let people get to you. Stay strong. Where are you from? You have an accent. Where are you from?
Hollywood. In Burlington. I live in Burlington.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, I see you. Sorry, I laugh all the time. Like people makes me laugh.
Oh, well, that's good. Laughing's good. Laughing's good.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Thank you, Joshua. Thank you, Joshua, for your contribution. We're just getting multiple warnings on to
Yeah,
be
I know.
What do you
you?
say that again, Mark? What's going on?
Wait, let me mute myself for a second.
What, Mark? Warnings, like
I don't know how to say it.
just because he's young. Is that what you mean?
It's not because he's young. And I don't want to bash the young chap. It's just that I've seen similar panelists go up on panels before that will completely try to destroy you.
No, I mean, I think he's all good, but Josh, I am probably going to have you step down because I'm not convinced that you're 18, but you're more than welcome to listen.
Can I ask you a question?
If your parents say okay. Yeah.
Why is your face red? Your face is like really red.
I know it is. Sometimes my camera, I don't know. Yeah.
I think it's your chair.
The
The reflection on your chair.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
I forgot your name. Next to me, I forgot her. I forgot this girl's name. I forgot again.
Sleuthy?
Lucy, you're a really nice person. I love you. You're cool.
Thank you. So are you. I love you and you're cool.
Thank you. Please, everyone, watch my YouTube channel because I'm quitting YouTube for now. Because that's why.
Okay. All right, Josh, I'm gonna have you step down, or how I don't know how to word it.
I'm gonna go
But
now.
thanks for coming up. Thank you so much. It was nice to meet
Bye.
you. Okay.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Wait, let me give you something. This is
Thank
for
you,
you
Joshua.
guys.
Oh, thank you.
Joshua.
Bye.
Oh, wait.
Thank you, Joshua.
Okay. You're not 18, Joshua. You lied to me. No, it's okay. Thank you though. As long as if your parents are okay with you guys with you watching this stuff. But thank you for coming up, Josh. Okay, so
I'm just trying to protect you because I know how things happen.
but I mean, I'm still a little bit confused. Yeah, because he was underage, so that's why I was like, yeah, like it was a good idea for him to leave. But I don't understand the other part that you were saying. He seemed, I don't know. We'll talk again. But yeah, I mean, okay. So let me play. Where did Lucy go? Everybody left, and Kayla never even came through. Okay, so I want to play the one Delphi one that I thought I was gonna play. I didn't. So hold on. I want to play this video. I'm gonna get back to the Delphi real quick. Hold on. There we go. This is the one I wanted to originally play.
A college graduate shot to death, set on fire, and left behind an abandoned Indianapolis home. The murder of 20-year-old Melissa Runnels remains unsolved. More than 4 years have passed, and this morning her parents asked you.
It keeps downloading the wrong videos. This is so weird. That's why I never played it. Why is it? Okay, let me try one more time. It keeps doing like a different one. Huh. Let me do this one more time and see. No, it's showing the right one. Why is it playing the wrong video? Let me see real quick. Yeah, it's just linked to the wrong thing. Oh well. But let me go to some Facebook group here. Let's see some of these screenshots that I got. We'll look at them for the Delphi. So Lucy, I wanted to hear your thoughts on the Delphi stuff though. This is just some like parts of like articles that are. So there's things that we know about the killer who knows speaking generally, says Carter. It's investigative strategy. Obviously, if we know what the killer knows and nobody else does, when we do talk to the killer, we'll have a clear idea of what occurred. That led to a discussion about the reporting since the announcement of Richard Allen's arrest. Several news outlets have published articles about the Delphi murder investigation, citing anonymous sources and even police sources. Whether or not those stories turn out to be true, time will tell, but at this moment in time, it's frustrating for Carter. Carter explains, it is frustrating. I will say yes. It's absolutely frustrating because we can't talk about what we think. And I've said this many times before. You should expect us to only talk about what we know. And shame on us for saying something that might jeopardize that. So whoever this source is, I doubt very seriously that an individual is a part of the core team. Which Lucy, I wanted to ask you about that little clip. I wanted to talk about that though. So that is weird that they say that about like the affidavit. So why is it sealed if they're saying that it won't affect the investigation? That is kind of weird. Richard Allen, the man arrested in 2017, double murder of Abigail and Libby, told a state conservation officer he was in the area on the day of the killings, but his report may have been considered unfounded. A police source tells I-Team. But his report may have been considered. So Allen, 50-year-old resident of Delphi, went to the conservation officer right after the murders on February 13th and said he was on the Monon High Bridge that afternoon, but didn't see the girls, the source says. Williams and German were dropped off near the bridge on the day of the murders. Their bodies were found the next day. Allen's statement was forgotten until recently when Indiana State Police became frustrated with the status of the Delphi investigation and asked a group of investigators to look over files related to the case. Okay, so they're saying Allen's statement was forgotten until recently when Indiana State Police became frustrated with the status of the investigation and asked the group to of investigators to look over the files. Investigators believe Allen is the man on the bridge in the cell phone video and sketches released by the police. Here's Abby. So this was on here. So this is Becky, Libby's grandma. So praying for you. So glad to finally throw eggs in those people's faces. I don't know. Hold your heads high. Thank you, Matt. You have been a good friend. I wasn't always, but I'm happy I got to know you. Doesn't matter that you wasn't. You are now. Ditto. Do you think that the young sketch is another individual? No. One man. I know that law enforcement is being dumb about this after all this time, right before the election too. Total BS, but I'm glad they got him. I'm glad also. Wait, I wonder if that's Matt Sullivan. And then this was in the group. So this is, it almost looks like a Photoshop picture, but I don't know. It was in one of the groups that says this picture is of Richard Allen. It's from November 4th, 2017. So the same year, but Allen faces 2 counts of felony murder, a charge that can be filed against a defendant who may not have actually killed someone, but participated in events leading to their deaths. Oh, you know what we'll do after this, guys? I'm gonna go through a couple more of these in the groups, and then let's watch the video where she goes over the Nick interview. You want to do that? The roadside assistant guy, maybe. So Richard Allen, the man arrested for the murders of Abby and Libby, told a state conservation officer that he was on the Mona High Bridge. Investigators may have considered Allen's report unfounded, the source says. Like so many other pieces of this investigation, we will always review, learn from, and make any necessary adjustments. We do not believe that any person has done anything intentionally wrong, but we will continue to critically evaluate our efforts. We know there's an enormous interest in the why of everything we do, but we cannot and will not speculate. One day you will have the opportunity to see and know what we do, and we look forward to that day. During the last nearly 5 years, we have conducted dozens of secondary investigations based on information we received. One of those investigations included a possession of CP case resulting in the arrest of Keegan Klein. The information we have, and continue to receive concerning Klein has ebbed and flowed over these last few years. We understand there was a period of time that passed between 2017 and 2020 when Klein was not arrested and incarcerated for possession of CP. Once Indiana State Police presented the criminal case to the Miami County prosecutor in June of 2020, immediate action was taken by both Indiana State Police and the Miami County prosecutor's office, which ultimately resulted in Klein's arrest. How's everybody doing? No, man, I wasn't hosting. I asked him, and then I had him get down once I realized. I was like, wait, I'm not hosting minors. That's the only problem that we have, when you do open panel, like. And when he showed me his face, like originally backstage, it was really dark. Like I could just see somebody, which I should make sure I see better, I guess. But, and then when he showed at the end, I realized, he wasn't. But if I would have realized at the beginning, I never would have. He admitted he was on the bridge at the same time, but claimed he didn't see the girls. The police completely missed that lead. Thanks, Mark. Yeah, they did. Yeah. Okay. Did I read this yet? Okay. Search of the Wabash River linked to Delphi investigation. The police source also confirms that the recent 5-week state police search of the Wabash River in Peru was connected to the Delphi investigation. It was initiated after Keegan Klein told the police hold on. I'm trying to see where. Anyway, sorry, I got sidetracked. Where are we at? It was initiated after Keegan Klein told the police they would find a cell phone and weapon in the river, the source tells Team 8. Klein, 28, a figure linked to the Delphi murders who has not been charged in the case, revealed that information while being questioned about the deaths of Libby and Abby. Wow. So so basically, he wonder if they found what they did find, if they found it. So he said they would find a cell phone and a weapon. The evidence was, there we go. The evidence was never found, and Klein is known for lying to investigators. Is this credible? There was like people saying that they did find it. So this source is saying that it was never found, huh? But so if he's lying, maybe it's not. He just wants a deal. I don't know. I wonder if I think it is connected, but what do you guys think? Oh, here's one more. Hold on. Okay, yeah, there's a few more of that screenshots, and then we'll do maybe the Nick one, or do you want to look more into this? Lucky lady. Okay, another thing we can consider with the hiding in plain sight reference from Carter and Lesenby, saying intimidation and manipulation was used to control both girls. Sound a lot like what Ted Bundy was doing when presenting himself as an authority figure. A lot of people automatically think this means BG presented himself as a cop. I think a game warden or a similar telling him that they were trespassing fits a little. Yeah, I don't know, maybe. What's this? Transport order entered. Order issued. Unable to hire counsel is entitled to court-appointed counsel. Blah, blah, blah. Radley. Also instructed to enter their written appearance to be available for hearing November 22nd. Public defender. Transfer. Huh. Sorry, I'm zooming in really quick. Richard Allen, defensive information. So we got, Baldwin, Perry, and Kamish. So I wonder. Oh, that's the other thing I wanted to show. Hold on. I want to find this other thing for you about the other murders. Let me find this article real quick. Give me one. What's that?
I just want to make you know that chat is very, very concerned about the guy that you let into your chat, because they don't believe it either.
Believe what though? It's over though. He's not. I mean, what do you mean?
He's back. He's back in the chat.
But I can't. I mean, I can't control people watching. I mean, what am I?
I get that. It's just a fair warning not to let him back up.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on it though. But I mean, I can't control like who watches. But yeah, okay. Richard. Hold on, I'm trying to find this because it says hold on. So Richard worked at various Walmarts from 2009 to 2016. So one of them was in Illinois. One of them basically was an hour away from the Evansdale murders. He worked 12 hours a day as manager. No way okay. So somebody messaged me like there's no way he would have drove like that far back and forth, so maybe he stayed out there, during the week or whatever. And there's this article where they were connecting him to that. Do you know anything about that? I'm gonna find it. Hold on. Wait, mother. Let me find this article that I wanted to. I mean, what's going on in chat? I mean, is everything like, is it? Maybe I'll share this and then I'm going to find that other article. Hold on, I can't see chat in the moment, but Ew.
Chat is okay.
Okay, so Richard Allen. Here we go. Linked. Oh, it's the Sun though. But let me see if anybody else did it. Elizabeth Collins. Hold on one second. Let me see if there's any other ones that did the article too. Lyric. Yeah. There's a few different people about linking the Evansdale. Okay, hold on. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it is him because I mean it's just weird because it's so similar to the Delphi case. Let me see here. And then now that we know he worked like an hour away, which I still don't know. What do you think? Do you know anything about that, Mark? The Evansdale one? I have to refresh on. Here, I'll read this article though. Even though it's Sun, but okay, so the sick link. Delphi suspect Richard Allen is probed as part of an investigation into 2 murdered cousins amid dad's serial killer fears. Allen, 50, was arrested in Indiana on October 28th and charged with the murders of Liberty German, 14, and Abigail Williams, 13, who were found dead near a hiking trail on Valentine's Day, 2017. Now, this is the Evansdale case, these 2 girls. So Elizabeth Collins, 8, and Lyric Cook Morrissey, 10, were found dead in December 2012, 5 months after they vanished on a bike ride. Okay. There's Abby and Livy. Let's say there's a link. Okay, so the father of one Delphi local and CVS worker, a Delphi local and CVS worker, has pleaded not guilty to 2 counts of murder. Authorities have not yet released any information about the evidence that led to his arrest. As the probe into the Delphi case continues, police who are investigating an eerily similar double murder of 2 young children in Evansdale, Iowa, in 2012, say they are keeping close tabs on Allen. Cousins Elizabeth Collins, 8, and Lyric Cook Morrissey, 10, vanished while riding their bikes around the town of just 4,700 people on July 13, 2012. Their bodies were found 5 months later when a group of hunters stumbled across their remains 25 miles away in the remote Seven Bridges wildlife area. Speculation has mounted in recent years that the 2 cases could be connected, and a number of parallels have been drawn. In addition to police never revealing any of the girls' causes of death, both murders took place in small Midwestern towns of less than a few thousand people just 300 miles apart. Both cases also involved 2 young girls who were out exploring in nature when they were abducted, and all 4 bodies were left on land typically frequented by hunters. Internet sleuths have also read into the fact that the dates of the 2 murders are anagrams of one another, Delphi being 2/13/17 and Evansdale being 7/13/12. How interesting would that be if they actually were talking to any, like Anthony Schott, like any of that? Well, no, Anthony Schott's profile started, it wouldn't have been around 2012, but he was using other things, right? I mean, he was doing it for a while, but these girls are they're a lot younger. Anyway, because if it is connected to the Keegan, so I don't know if, but then even if it is connected to Keegan and it's Richard, doesn't mean that he couldn't have killed before and did it on his own without that. You know what I'm saying? Without doing it through that profile or having a connection through Keegan. Anyway, but currently there is no evidence to suggest the cases are linked. Though Indiana State Police has compared notes in the past with cops in Iowa. Allen has also not been accused of any wrongdoing in connection with the deaths of Elizabeth and Lyric. However, in a statement to the U.S. Sun, Jason Ellison, a detective with the Bremer County Sheriff's Office, said they are evaluating Allen. Our investigative framework has been neither to confirm or deny suspects as it pertains to our investigation. We are aware of Mr. Allen and have taken appropriate steps to evaluate him through our known case facts. We will continue to evaluate Mr. Allen as more information is learned about him. A small chance. Despite an extensive police investigation and various public appeals for information, no arrests have ever been made in connection to the Evansdale case. Elizabeth's father, Drew Collins, told a U.S. Sun the likelihood his daughter's death is linked to the Delphi case is not totally out of the realm of possibility, though he believes there's only a very small chance it could be. If I had a percentage on it, I'd say it would be very low percentage, but it certainly isn't impossible, said Drew, 51. But I would be shocked if it was, and it would be surprising because where the girls were found is just so obscure. It's in the middle of nowhere. Unless you knew that place, you would never have found it. It's a park that's basically abandoned in the middle of nowhere up a dirt road. So if it is somebody that's done both of these crimes, they'd have to know this area super well, and well as the Delphi area really well too. That's why I'd be surprised, but I wouldn't totally rule it out as a theory. Elizabeth's father, Drew, says he hasn't lost hope his daughter's case will be solved. Drew remembered his daughter as a bubbly animal lover and an incredible sister. Lyric Cook Morrissey 10 is pictured above. Whether or not the cases do share any connection, only time will tell. But in the meantime, generally speaking, Drew said the arrest in Delphi case after 6 long years has provided him with additional confidence that his daughter's killer would one day be found. That guy, Richard Allen, wasn't even on anybody's radar, which just shows you these things can take time, said Drew. We have a lot of good detectives working on the case and a lot of other dedicated people, and they aren't going to quit until we find who did this. It could take 10 years, it could take 20 years, it could take longer, but we're going to find who did this. It's just a matter of when. We're going to expose that person. Their whole family is going to know what they did, and everyone will know what they did to those beautiful little girls. So it was July 13th, 2012. Elizabeth and Lyric had been dropped off at their grandmother's home in downtown Evansdale to be watched while their parents worked. Without the knowledge of Drew or Elizabeth's mom, Heather, the girls' grandmother, Wilma Collins, had allowed the pair to go off on a bike ride alone at around noon. But when the girls failed to return home after an hour, Wilma grew concerned and contacted both sets of parents. Before the police were finally called sometime around 3 p.m. The last known sighting of the girls came between 12:30 and 1 along Gilbert Drive, a stone's throw away from Myers Lake, a popular local fishing and recreation area. Their bikes and Elizabeth's purse with her cell phone still inside were later found on a trail at the southeast corner of the lake at 4 p.m. What happened to the girls next remains a mystery more than a decade on. If I had a percentage on it, I'd say it would be a very low percentage, but it certainly isn't impossible. Drew had been at work when he returned home early in the afternoon to be told by Heather that the girls were missing. What had started out as just a regular day quickly descended into a parent's worst nightmare, he said. We were worried from the beginning, Drew recounted. We would have never let Elizabeth go out on a bike ride like that. It was different for Lyric, as she was a little bit older, but Elizabeth was too little. After Elizabeth's bag was found tossed over a fence, Drew said the panic really started to set in. That was the moment when it hit me that something really wasn't right, he said. So we kept on looking and looking, but we couldn't find them anywhere. As days passed without any progress, volunteers came out in hundreds to assist police and provide comfort to the girls' families. Candlelight vigils, volunteer searches, and press conferences were all held, but still no trace of Elizabeth and Lyric was yielded. The FBI eventually joined in the search, sending trained divers to Myers Lake to search for the girls. Again, investigators came up empty-handed. For the following 5 months, Drew, Heather, and their 3 other children all waited in agony for updates. Those 5 months were unbearable, he said. It's still unbearable now, even 10 years later. It's all I live and breathe. You just never imagined something could happen in a small town like this. It's a safe area. You hear about these kind of things happening, but nobody ever thinks it could happen to their family until it does. Never for 1 second did Drew allow his mind to entertain the possibility that Elizabeth would not one day return home. Determined to stay positive, he clung to the memory of the evening he'd shared with Elizabeth the night before she vanished. Drew had gone to watch Elizabeth's softball game on July 12th. After the match, he took her and one of her teammates out for ice cream before enjoying a normal night at home. As he did every night, he went up to Elizabeth's room before bed, kissed her goodnight, and then told her he loved her before switching the light off. That was the last time he'd ever seen Elizabeth. A live-in nightmare. When the phone rang on December 5th, 2012, Drew answered. It was the family's minister on the phone asking them to come down to the city hall immediately. I drove as fast as I could down to the city hall, and our minister was the first one to meet me there. I don't know what he knew at that point, but we waited for everyone to show up as far as our family was concerned. And then the chief of police walked into the room, and I could tell by his face it wasn't good news. He had what I call a 1,000-mile stare. You could tell in his face that he was upset and this wasn't going to be a good turnout. Drew's instinct unfortunately proved correct. Both of the girls had been found dead together deep in a secluded nature reserve. Drew, through tears, recounted how he sat his other 3 children down to tell them their sister would not be coming home, as they had for so long hoped. That's the hardest thing I've ever had to do in my life, an emotional Drew said. After that, there were probably just 20 to 30 of us just laying on the floor of the city hall crying. After all the anticipation and hope and all the work we did to try to find them, and for that to be the outcome was just devastating. You look at the faces of those 2 girls and you just think there was no way anybody could hurt them. They were so nice, nobody could hurt them. They were too sweet. You have to be a monster to have done something so evil to them. No cold case. Police have never disclosed to Drew or any other family members how the girls were killed, believing it to be information only the killer would know. Investigators also believe the suspect is familiar with the Evansdale area, possibly a local, and a small window of opportunity to kidnap and kill the 2 girls. Additionally, it's possible the culprit or culprits may have attempted to abduct children in the past and may have tried to change their appearance after the girls' deaths. Various persons of interest and potential suspects have been looked into over the years, but an arrest has never been made. For a long time, the eye of suspicion was cast over Lyric's mom and dad, Dan and Misty Morrissey, both of them who have colorful criminal histories for various drug offenses. Authorities now say they do not believe Lyric's parents were involved in the incident, but years of suspicion soured the relations between the family. In a statement to The Sun, Jason Ellison, a detective with the Bremer County Sheriff's Office, said the investigation into the girls' deaths remains active and ongoing. As far as case progress, we continue to look at every lead tip we receive and evaluate what level of resources is appropriate for follow-up, he said. We are constantly reevaluating the information we already have and always trying to keep the investigation moving forward. We are continuing to actively work on the case, and it is not sitting dormant in a file cabinet. Keeping the faith. Despite a decade having passed since he lost his daughter, Drew says he will remain forever stuck in July 12th until her killer is identified and arrested. During that time, numerous theories about who may have harmed Elizabeth and Lyric and why have consumed his mind. Strangers, too, often share with him their own unsolicited conspiracies, some plausible, others downright far-fetched. But the idea that Elizabeth and Lyric's murders may be a local hiding in plain sight is one of the thoughts that troubles Drew most. Still living in Evansdale, each time he crosses a stranger in the street or catches the eye of another in the supermarket, he's confronted with a question in the back of his mind: was it that guy? When you don't have any of the answers, you start wondering about everyone, Drew said. My mind runs wild. It's horrible, and you can't get it out, and you can't get out of it. It's a constant barrage of negative thoughts and bad thoughts, questioning everything and everyone. Like, was it someone I made mad? Is that what happened? So many things go through your mind as a parent, and you just have no answers. Somebody can just come in and take your children, murder them, and then dump them like trash, and you just got to live with it. It's just not fair that someone can do this and get away with it scot-free for 10 years. We're coming for you. In light of the development in the Delphi investigation, and as a result of his unwavering faith in the local police department, Drew said he is confident the case will one day be solved. It's just a matter of when. Remembered his beloved daughter as a happy, bubbly animal lover who is quick with a joke and even quicker with a smile. Drew said he will not rest until he achieves justice for the girls. I think a lot of people have seen what's happened in Delphi and say, okay, now let's find out who killed Elizabeth and Lyric. A lot of people have been digging into that case and driving it forward, so I hope they do the same for us. That's the worst thing. As a parent, you just don't want your child's case to be forgotten. But I think technology and time are on our side, added Drew. Just like in the past 10 years, what they've been doing with the familial DNA and genealogy. Addressing his daughter's killer directly, Drew continued, "We're going to find you. We're going to find out who helped you hide, and we're not going to stop until we do. I'm not going to stop, and the police aren't going to stop. Time is running out for you." Man, this is a long article, huh, guys? I didn't expect it. Okay. So Delphi bombshell. Richard Allen is the first suspect to ever be publicly named and arrested in connection with the Delphi investigation. It's currently unclear what information led police to the 50-year-old's door, as all evidence and other information in the case are currently under a seal. After his arrest last week, Allen was charged with 2 counts of murder and booked into the Carroll County Jail. He was later moved to state facility for his own safety. Allen has pleaded not guilty to both counts and is currently seeking private counsel. No bond has been set, and pretrial hearings are slated to begin on January 13th at 9 a.m. In a statement to the U.S. Sun, Libby's mom, Carrie Timmons, said she had begged, pleaded, and prayed for this moment for the last 5 years. To say it's been an emotional roller coaster would be a great understatement. That being said, I know that this is just the beginning, she said. Justice is finally coming. Libs, it's going to be a long and bumpy road, but I'm ready for the journey. Maybe then we can have some peace. I love you most. Autumn, what's up?
Autumn
What to do?
Not
Oh my
much.
god. Sorry.
Missed you, man. No, it's fine. I'm
My
ready
gosh.
to end it soon, actually. I'm like
That's why
tired.
I didn't want to come and then keep you, but I felt bad. I was like,
No,
Stacy
you're
asked me if
fine.
I was coming too, so I was like, all right, I'll just go up and then she can just say, all right,
I'm glad.
bye.
I'm glad you're okay. So yeah, it's been I don't know. It's kind of been all over. I feel like kind of all over the place. I didn't really have too much to share, I guess, but I made it work. I guess I don't know. Did you guys? And don't like.
That's
I'm
good.
not gonna let anybody else up. I mean, wait, that sounds bad. I mean, because I'm gonna be ending it, so I should take down that pinned comment. But yeah, so it's been all right. We missed you though. I could. It probably would have went better with you, but
I'm sure it went. I bet it went really well. How you doing, Mark?
I've been trying to hold down the fort in your absence.
Oh, that's good.
I feel like I
You're a
didn't do
good
a very good job. I was
company.
like, I don't know. I feel like it was because I was trying to find things to share, so then I wasn't like engaged with like what I was sharing because I was always like trying to find the next thing. So I don't know. I was kind of off today, but it's all good. It's all good.
You always feel like you didn't do as good as you actually did.
I don't know. I feel like I was off. Yeah, I do, but
Sorry, it's probably my fault.
no, it's not. You're not.
What all did you guys?
No, you're not.
Hi, everyone. Today was a crazy day.
Yeah, it was, huh?
Yeah.
Man. So everything's good now, though, or?
Yeah. Like otherwise, it would have been an amazing day, but I haven't gotten anxiety like that in forever. And then my whole hair appointment, I just felt like a raw nerve, but I feel way better now.
Oh. So did you
What was
watch
I gonna
it?
ask
So
you?
you don't even know. So we watched a part of the Amanda interview, but it was so long, so we made it not even halfway through it. And then they ruled it suicide or they rolled out. People have been saying it. I'm trying to like not say that word, but it's hard sometimes not to. Yeah, they've ruled it. Did you see that?
Does she support that? That's what
Well,
I was
no, the
wondering.
interview was before. I think. Wait, when was that interview? Because it was an interview that was from that COTR or whatever. They just today it came out. It was from how do they word it? Heated or wait, hold on. Let me get the article. It said hydrocodone intoxication, but I don't think that's what did it. I think she probably had a tolerance, so she probably was, had some in her system enough for them to say intoxication, I guess. But hold on. How did they word it? Gas inhalation, but they had a word to describe it. They said like heated gas inhalation, and then something else.
It was kind of something like heated asphyxia.
I got it. I got it. Let's pull it up. Yeah. And then it was there was something else too. I'll show you here.
But there was a coding element.
Superheated and thermal injuries. Superheated gases, thermal injuries, and hydrocodone intoxication. What do you think, Autumn?
That sounds brutal.
Yeah.
Inhalation of superheated gases, thermal injuries, and hydrocode. Oh, well, that could be like El Viking. And didn't she have back problems?
100%. Like she's had a repeated history of back problems, and I'm with Zav. I just don't think that was part of the equation.
I don't either. I don't think that was why she died. It could have made her kind of like buzzed up, or maybe she passed out. But I think so. I still think that she maybe just passed out from the inhalation and then fell and then caught herself on fire. But we were trying to figure that out. Like, if it was if she did this to herself, why did she want to make it look like there was foul play? Because if she wanted to just like take her life, there would have been other ways to do it, much simpler, right?
You think maybe she like didn't, maybe that was like making it in her mind. Maybe she thought her daughter wouldn't have to know somehow.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah, I think there's a good possibility for what people would think. Yeah, so
Yeah.
people didn't because like that's kind of what you're saying, Mark, because there's like a stigma around it, and like so people didn't judge her for doing it, making it look like it was something else. But I mean, God, then
Unless
that's
there's
gonna
insurance.
no, that's another thing. They asked her on the interview, like, do you think that she wanted to make it look like foul play for life insurance? But people were saying that there was no life insurance. I don't know if that's proven for sure.
Well, I think that a separate insurance policy that she sought out is not in the equation. I mean, she didn't have like $1 million or $250,000 or anything. She didn't have a separate policy. The only way that the life insurance comes into play is she might have had a $10,000 or $25,000 through her employer that she paid like $3 a month for.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe. So you think that it is the thing, or you think that is the?
Do I believe it? You mean?
I mean, I believe that was the cause of death. I'm just having trouble. Like,
Well, like,
was it an
look what-
accident or was it purposely? And then if it was, then why? Yeah, she wanted to make it look like it was something else because
Well,
she's
look at
texted her
what
daughter.
Cracking Cases said. This is so true. My honest
Setting
opinion
herself on
is,
fire is very committed.
yeah.
Mind. But I'm telling you, I don't think she tried to set herself on fire. I think she fell into the fire. I really do.
I do too.
I don't think
Wait,
that was
what
a part
fire?
of it.
From
Because remember,
crashing?
her stomach was burned.
Oh, she didn't
and-
crash. Her car was fine. I'm sorry.
Nobody wants to set themselves on fire.
Yeah. What's up with that then? What's the?
I think she
do
fell
they have
in.
any
I think
narrative?
maybe from like inhaling the gas made her pass out, or I mean, however it worked, I think she like fell into it, whether passing out or, yeah, I don't think that was a part of it. Like, I'm going to set myself on fire. I think she just fell into the fire.
What
That's
if her
I think.
search history supports that, like bizarre, maybe like ways that could cause death that nobody would think of doing
Oh,
it? That, you know what I
yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Say that again, Autumn. I'm trying to understand.
I was saying, I wonder if her search history, because it's bizarre to come to this conclusion, but if that's what they've come to, I wonder if her search history supports this, and had she like looked up like different ways to do it, and this was one of the ways, and it's a very strange one, you know what I mean? And it went bad. Well,
I think you
guess
may
so.
be onto something. She definitely had to research something to find out whether she could die over inhaling hot gases. That's just kind of strange.
It is so strange.
Yeah, it is. Man.
How tragic. Anything else happen?
What else? Trying to think what else we talked about. We did the Debbie. That was the first one we did. We watched a couple of the Richard videos.
I think the last thing that we or that Zav could cover, whether she wants to or not, is the Idaho 4, but that's her decision, and I think that probably should be another live.
Yeah,
Have you
because
heard
I
about
went
that at
from
all?
the.
Yeah,
I don't.
it'll be starting a whole new.
Do you know
Yeah, it
anything
does.
about it? I don't know anything about it.
Only
I'll tell you
skin.
about. I will tell you about it, but I don't just don't know if you want me to do it here or not.
I think she wants to end it.
I just don't
You
know
want to
yet
end it?
because
You
I'd
look tired
rather.
as hell.
I just would rather be a little bit more familiar, and then maybe we'll do that on the next live. We'll kind of
Yeah, that'll
cover. Or
probably
what do you
create like
think, Anna? I
three
mean,
more
do you?
next time, because otherwise it'll be like 3 more hours.
It will. That would probably be the best bet. I mean, because I want to talk about it now, but I don't want to extend your live on.
Yeah, and if you're well versed on it, Mark, whatever day, maybe you can come up or something.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Autumn.
yeah, definitely.
Thank you, Autumn.
Okay.
Just trying to think, like, what do you? Well, how's chat doing?
They think you're
What do
sleepy.
you? Why? Just because I had my eyes shut for a minute. I'm sorry. I was actually just thinking.
Dude.
I wasn't sleeping.
That's how,
Oh.
like, I never did as many panels since or before I started doing them with you. And by the end, you feel like just like a fan was just like sucking your energy out as time passes.
It's weird. Yeah, you do. Like,
It's such a strange exhaustion.
it is. It is. You. It's weird how you feel. Like, even sometimes, like when I do like those, like when I would do like 9-hour lives or 8 hours, like even the next day, I felt like hungover.
Right.
Like,
Yep.
it was
Yep.
like,
I know. Yep.
Yeah.
I think it's because it's like
crazy.
a lot of mental.
Yeah, but it's a different kind of exhaustion. It's
Mhm.
not like I don't even know how to compare it.
It's a rabbit hole, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, if you want to go, we can go, but I'm just trying to be mindful of your health.
I loved crimes and consequences.
So yeah. I mean, how long will it take? I feel like what do you guys want to do? Do you want
That's
to hear
true,
like a
a second.
summary of it? But then I feel like if you tell
Don't do
us
it.
it, then we're gonna want to look into it more. Then I don't know if I'll be
Mhm.
able to stop once we. That's what I'm debating. And like,
Oh, you're definitely going to want to look into this, but I just
but I
don't know.
mean, during the live, like, is it going to be that simple? Where you just tell us what happened, and we're gonna stop. We're gonna want to, like for the live.
I think we should just stop. I mean, I kind of want to tell you all about it, but I just feel that you need to
Well,
stop.
just say how long will it take you just to tell me the basics about it?
If I tell you the basics about it, you're going to dive into another 4-hour rabbit hole.
Look, Austin even said you'll become obsessed.
Really?
It's your decision. I mean, that case is this crazy, so it's your decision.
Don't do it right now. We'll research it, and then your next live, that'll be great to start a new case.
But
My
I mean,
opinion.
you said it's already Saturday, or is people still gonna want to talk about it? Like, I mean, is there anything new? So you said it happened Saturday, and is there a lot of people talking about it?
It's on fire. We've got food truck videos. We've got CCTV
Really?
videos. I mean, it's just like a whole other thing.
Oh shoot.
I mean, if you're feeling frisky, we can do it, but I just don't want to draw you into that.
Well, can you email me like some of the stuff so I'm what you know?
I will.
Yeah, you'll want it like in the thumbnail and the title and stuff, so that it attracts people talking about this case.
So you have a bunch of videos you can email me that are have to do with the case, Mark?
I can give you a synopsis, and if you want me to, I will try to provide other links, but I don't have other links right now.
Oh yeah, that we were supposed to talk about too is the Nick interview.
I
I forgot
know.
about that.
I know. I haven't done that. There's a couple of things that I keep forgetting that I wanted to talk about. But yeah, I'm going to write that down because I do want to do that. Because now it's like, wow, how long ago was that?
I think if you're
Now
tired,
I'm wondering if the tarp was so that she could like have something over her head to inhale
That's what I
fumes
said,
or
Autumn.
something.
That's what I'm thinking it was. If she did do that for the
Mhm.
purpose of inhaling, that would be what the tarp was for, to be able to inhale it and like have like a little, whatever you call that to be able to inhale it. Yeah. I do think that's probably
Ellen,
how she did it if she really did it herself. And then maybe she fell from doing it and falls into the fire, and that's how she caught on
Mhm.
fire. And then she was taking Vicodin anyway. I don't think the Vicodin has anything to do with her intent or like her way that she was trying to do it. Maybe it was just to help, like thinking, oh, that she wouldn't feel as much pain. But I think she was taking them anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like for her back, right?
Yeah, yep. Well, and
Um,
I mean, we don't know how much she took.
yeah.
I think with
Thanks,
the
Nicole.
I think with the Debbie Collier case, this you may want to end your live stream now, but if you're feeling frisky, we can start a new one.
Yeah, that's true. If you wanted to do that, I do think it
Um,
should be like on a separate one.
Yeah.
Under a separate title.
Yeah, right. And then we're going to make sure that we do cover that Nick interview next time.
Yeah,
She super
definitely.
chatted you about it.
Oh, thanks, Nicole. Yes, we will. Thank you, Nicole.
Inspector, I don't know. It's funny. And I want to know what my picture reminds of. Oh, Elizabeth Lander. She said every time she sees my picture, it reminds her of something, but she doesn't want to say it, but I want to hear what it is. Sounds funny.
Who said that?
Oh, Elizabeth Lander.
What? That's funny.
I think it's something funny.
Yeah, me too.
It all depends on whether your face is too hot or not to continue.
I don't know. Okay, so let's end this, and then we'll see what happens.
Okay.
All right.
Yep.
But yeah, email me either way, Mark, and then oh, hey, cracking cases. Austin, I'm okay, Ashley. Hey, the
Elizabeth.
Grange. Wait, what?
She said it reminds me of my little kitten running away from me, but
Yeah.
if that's cute, if that's true, if that's what it is.
Can you drop a link?
I don't know what you mean.
Can you drop a link to your email because
Oh yeah.
I don't have enough. I don't have enough space to scroll up.
You want me to do it in the private chat or
Yeah, I
down?
can put it in the private chat for you.
Either way, it doesn't matter.
All right, guys, I am gonna end it. I think and then yeah, email me and I'll look into it, and yeah, we'll have to do it separate. Wait, worried about me? Why, Nicole? I'm fine. I just had my eyes closed. I wasn't sleepy. I was just like thinking. I'm good. All right, y'all. Well, thank you. Sorry I didn't have much to share. I just figured we'll do the open. Well, I didn't have many people come up for the open panel, but I figured I'd do open panel and we'll just chat about different cases. But didn't have too many people come up, which is fine. But yeah, hopefully you guys learned something new. And thanks, Autumn and Mark. Thank you. And
yes, ma'am.
Sluicy, Josh, everybody that came up.
Hope everyone has a nice night.
You had a great panel tonight, Zav. I'll check out.
Yeah, all right, Mark. Definitely email me that stuff though.
I look forward to it.
I'll see.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do
you're
that.
All right.
My phone.
You're all right. Fine. You are good. I don't know about an all-nighter now.
All right, I'm gonna hop down. I'll talk to you after.
Okay. All right.
Thanks. Bye, everyone.
Bye. All right, guys. Yeah, we'll have to do it maybe this weekend. We'll do it on a different one. Okay, Nicole. Well, thank you for your concern. GG. J double blue. Soul, Dominic, Alsane, thanks guys. Sarah Claire, Peyton, Juliet, LC. I have consequences. Call Bryce. She's going to drive so far away to get to the dollar store, but all that stuff and kill her. Yeah. Weird, Carolyn. Okay, bye guys. Thanks, LC. Thanks, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Bye, Stella. Yeah, we'll do. So, do you think we should do a whole? When we do that other one, it should just be. There's enough information just to do that case. So maybe that is what we'll do this weekend, just on that case. And I know we still have to do the Nick thing. Oh, and I still wanted to do something else too. But all right, guys. Well, we'll see you hopefully this weekend sometime. Oh, good. I've been eating my leftover pizza all day. Yeah. I got Zavarelli's last night when we and Juliet on our date got pizza. Oh, it was her birthday yesterday. Shoot, I almost forgot, Juliet. Wait, Autumn, come back up so we can sing happy birthday. We got to sing happy birthday. Juliet, oh my God, I can't believe I almost forgot. Dude, God, see my brain. I'm very scattered today. I'm off today for some reason. I'm sorry. Autumn, will you come back up real quick? And my texts aren't working good, so if I text her, I don't know if she'll get it. Hold on. I can't believe I almost forgot, Juliet. Oh, Autumn, come back up. Just to sing happy birthday, please. It was her birthday yesterday. Yay, happy birthday. God. And then next week, Tuesday or Wednesday, we'll be doing a live stream together. Like, we will be actually together doing a live stream. So how awesome is that? I know. I don't like doing it by myself, singing. Autumn! Get your butt up here. Autumn. Oh, I will. DC lights. I will. Okay. Yay. Thank you, Autumn. Okay, let's sing Juliet a good happy birthday. Thank you. Can you hear? Autumn? Testing. Autumn.
Okay, I had to do that stupid disconnect my headphones and reconnect.
I know. You and your damn
Sorry.
headphones. Okay. Are you ready?
So you
We'll
wanna
go.
start? Yeah.
We'll do 1, 2, 3, then go. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Hold on. Wait, my earphones just went off. Hold on. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Happy
birthday to you.
Happy
birthday to you. Happy birthday, Juliet.
You missed a word, right?
Yes, we did.
Juliet, happy birthday
to you.
Wait, yay!
And many more.
Yes, and hold on a second.
Many
Maybe
more.
let me see if I have the right brand up or I have some birthday songs. Hold on. Let's see.
It's like impossible to sing on piano with someone else.
It is me and Bella. And why is it? I'm always ahead. Like you're doing the same thing Bella did. Like always so behind.
I was trying to wait.
Sing so slow, and I would have to slow it down. And it's like I'm always wanting to go ahead, and the person you or Bella's always wanting to stay behind. It's weird. So you're doing the same thing. So maybe I just do it fast or something.
Yeah, I was trying to line up with you because you were just. I think it's connection too.
Oh yeah. Okay. So hold on. Let me get my Hold on 1 second.
Don't quit. It's Zab's fault. She told me to do it.
I know. Hold on. I'm trying to find the birthday. Hold on 1 second.
A birthday rap would be awesome.
Happy birthday. Okay, so I don't remember The thing is I don't remember which one's which. There's 4 different. Hold on a second. Well, you've got a lot of files. Hold on. I have to take off some. Hold on. Delete. I don't know which one's what, but which birthday, I'll just pick one. There's different, like, it's not the traditional birthdays, but it's for like the music thing that I play, subscription. They have like a few different birthday songs. So let's see. Let me pick one. Okay. So we have 4. So we have either Happy Birthday Fiesta Club, Happy Birthday Grab Your Cocktail, Happy Birthday You're 1 Year Older, Happy Birthday Bamtone, Happy Birthday Carly Fairburn, or Today's Your Day. I think Today's Your Day is the one that I played for the last birthday, so we have to play something new. Let's see what this one is. Okay, I see. I don't know if that's a word.
Reminds me of a Mary Kate and Ashley Olsen movie.
Really?
Yeah, like Island in the Sun or something.
Okay. Oh, maybe we should do one with words. Let's see.
Sounds like Ewok.
Yeah.
I kind of like it.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm gonna play one with words though after this, but it has a good. I like it. It's pretty nice. We should have stayed on top of this. All right, let's do this one real quick.
Dang.
None of these have words.
It's like the old phone ringtone.
This one. There we go.
Are you gonna scat?
Happy birthday.
There you go. There we go. Something that actually could sing a little bit better than
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
This makes me want to sing.
Yeah.
To you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
There we go. Happy birthday. Oh, it's going to keep playing it. Hold on a second. I kind of like that one. That one was cool.
Thanks, Sully.
What?
I said thanks, Sully.
All right. Well.
All right. Well, happy birthday, Juliet. Doop doop. All right. I'll talk to you later then. And
all right. Bye, Autumn. Thanks
Okay.
for coming
Bye,
out
everyone.
and singing. Bye.
Bye.
All right. Happy birthday, Juliet. All right, guys. Bye. Bye.